coverage for a lot less than what he was paying. If SelectQuote didn't shop for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote and to find out how much you can save, call 1-800-566-2424. That's 1-800-566-2424. 1-800-566-2424. Or go to SelectQuote.com. Since 1985, we shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your premium could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Every search you make, every click you take, they'll be watching you.
Tired of companies like Google and Facebook watching everything you do online? There's actually a simple solution. DuckDuckGo. It's an all-in-one privacy app with a built-in private search engine, web browser, one-click data clearing, email protection, and more, all for free. Download the app today and get the most comprehensive privacy protection with the push of a button. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
Progressive presents Forced Metaphors about bundling your home and auto.
When you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, you get great savings and round-the-clock protection, which is as beautiful as looking your firstborn child in the eyes for the first time. Well, that's a bit much. Maybe it's more like looking your second-born child in the eyes for like the third or fourth time. Point being, the savings and round-the-clock protection are really, really magical.
Forced Metaphors. Presented by Progressive. Bundle and protect today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
It's a fact. Only 0.0001% of people will ever step up to the plate as a pro baseball player. For the rest of us, there's BetRivers.com Sportsbook app. Featuring same-game parlays, you can combine the excitement of different bets all from the same game. Totals? Bet 'em. Spreads? Bet 'em. Player props? It's a home run. Download the BetRivers.com Sportsbook app today. It's a whole new game.
Presented by Rivers Casino, Pittsburgh. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Meet Allison, teammate at Truist Bank.
Hi.
She was born to care, and she always had your back.
You could say that.
Like that time back in the mid-'80s when she spotted Stacy Kaminsky with her new perm, and a car was coming, about to hit a puddle. So Allison jumps in front of the splash, just in time to protect Stacy's fresh curls.
Look, I had to do it. A wet perm just doesn't work.
Today, Allison's a teammate at Truist, the bank that starts with care. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank. Learn more at truist.com/care. Truist Bank, member FDIC.
Sure, you're managing to sweat through another summer with that rickety old AC, but it isn't easy, is it? Some days it feels like even your sweat stains had sweat stains. Stop suffering and set yourself up for summer comfort with special financing offers and rebates on a new high-efficiency heating and cooling system from Trane. With a whole-house air filtration system to keep the air you breathe clean and safe. Visit Trane.com to find an independent Delaware Valley Trane comfort specialist near you. It's hard to stop a Trane. Subject to credit approval.
Helzberg Diamonds presents the guy who found the perfect ring. Jake needed an engagement ring, so he did his research, asked his fiance's best friends for advice.
She wants emerald cuts. Definitely.
And he went to Helzberg Diamonds. Jake knew that Helzberg's been in business for over 100 years. That means quality. And with their price match guarantee, he'd get a great deal. And she'd get the ring she's always wanted.
Way to go, Jake.
So be like Jake. Find the ring of her dreams at a Helzberg Diamonds near you or at Helzberg.com.
Mom, Dad, you should shop Amazon for back to school and save some money. See, I'm currently obsessed with superheroes and need all the superhero stuff. Superhero lunchbox, superhero backpack. But next year, it'll be something else. Maybe dinosaurs? I don't know. I'm not a fortune teller. But I can tell you not to spend a fortune and shop low prices for school on Amazon. Okay, good chat. Amazon. Spend less, smile more.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. It's time now for Cuz Radio.
What up, Cuz?
Deshaun Jackson gets a block. Are you kidding?
Talking with the Cuz.
Go Cuz. How you doing?
Stairs rips one into the night.
Stolen by the doctor. Yes, he's got it. Here he comes. Ray rocked the baby to sleep and slam dunk.
Look, Cuz, don't even try it, okay?
Now here's Anthony Gargano.
Why don't you get the hell out of here, Cuz?
Hello. Oh. I got Bobby the Bro in here. We're having a deep wisdom conversation. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
We'll do it live.
All across the Delaware Valley. I'll tell you, I love listening to those guys. They great job. Bob, Bro, Devon, excellent job this morning. Loved listening to the guys this morning. It was great to hear them. And always great to visit with them. So, I love what the Phillies did. I'm going to tell you. Now, Syndergaard, let's go backwards, right? Yeah, like Syndergaard, I'm not completely in love with. That, you got Rodon, or whatever I was, Carlos Rodon. I always thought he would be like, you get a legitimate. If you were able to land that's a legitimate number 3 starter. But, look, I think you needed depth, pitching depth. You know what's going on with Eflin. So I like getting Syndergaard in that way. I mean, you get a quality guy, and let's just see what he can give you. You still are top-heavy at the rotation. But I love Marsh. I think – so I was talking to some people yesterday who know him well. So when he was drafted by the Angels, he's a kid that is got a lot of ability. Now, the thing that he struggled with is that he hasn't been able to hit with consistency. But he's very young. He's also very tall. And that sort of thing, you got to give him a little time. I'll give you the scouting report that I got on him. He's a very good defender. Very hard-nosed guy, tooled up, great speed. Bat is a big question, and that's always. But the town's going to love his style of play. He's only 24. He's got a lot of time to figure it out, and there's a lot of excitement because you have your center fielder of the future. He looks like Charlie Blackmon from the Rockies. He's got a lot of potential, man. If he could just hit, and he's got a great attitude, he's a great kid. So I love the fact that you get a kid like that who, younger ball player. You got control of him through 28. So I like that, and I love Robertson. Look, I know the first time here, the injury and the whole thing was a mess, but you look at him this year, and he's been pitching lights out. And you got another back-end guy. You don't have to worry about Familia anymore. You got a good bullpen. And so what you lacked from getting that number 3 starter, right, in the top end of the rotation, you make up with your bullpen. Because if you look at the playoff series and you got Wheeler, he's a horse, right? You could count on Wheeler giving you, 7, 8. And then you got Nola. Nola's going to be the key to everything. If they have any kind of run and can get in the playoffs and make any kind of run, it's all going to be on Nola because he's got to shoulder and be the number 2. So if you can get Nola to give you 7, and now, who knows? You see what happens with the rest of the rotation, right? You Gibby, right? You hope that, you can get something out of those other 3 guys, and then you got a bullpen. You got a really lights-out pen that can help out. So I think I gave Dave Dombrowski high marks for it. I know people go, well, O'Hoppe, you gave up O'Hoppe, one of your big-time catching prospects. And here's what I say about that. First of all, I don't know how good the kid is. You didn't give up the top pitching prospects. And that's all that matters to me. This whole idea of JT moving to first base on a regular basis, I got to tell you, you guys got to explain to me how that's a good idea. What makes JT valuable is that he's a catcher, and he can hit as a catcher. He doesn't hit enough power, raw power, to play first base. He's not a run producer that's going to warrant first base. Like, if you just gave me his numbers at first base, I don't like it. I'm disappointed. I don't want him to play first base. I don't want him to be a DH. I got enough guys that are going to be DHs, and I need power at first. I need real run producing at first. His offensive numbers, who he is at the plate, is not a first baseman. He is a valuable catcher. And with trading O'Hoppe signals JT is your catcher. That's it. Look, there's a guy in Kansas City, Salvador Perez, who, if you said, listen, because they have another catching prospect who they called up, this kid Melendez, the Royals did. So they got two guys that actually, could actually catch, and one could be DH and one could play the outfield. Kid Melendez could play the outfield a little bit. But I get those two. Because Salvador Perez, you could play him at first base or DH, and he's going to hit 40 bombs. That warrants it. That's the point. So JT needs to be a catcher. That's where you get the most value out of him. I like it. I give Dombrowski high marks. I think he navigated it well, and he put him in position. Now, look, I don't know how good they're going to be, right? I don't know if they're going to be, the Braves are still, nasty, and we saw that last night again. And, the Mets are there. I just think he did what he could do, and, I think they should be in the mix for a wild card. Good morning, Chudas.
What's up, man? How are you?
What's up, baby?
The Phillies should make the playoffs still this year with the team that they had and with the players they acquired. I think it more so solidifies it. My biggest, question is this team a good enough team with the moves they made to actually make a little bit of a run in the playoffs? And we'll see. You just touched on it. Wheeler and Nola, you have them 1-2, and if Nola has a good outing, you could be up 2-0 for all you know through the first two games of a series. So that's obviously exciting. My biggest, questions for, and I'm sure, Dombrowski will hear more about it. My biggest questions are, okay, last week, according to multiple reports, O'Hoppe was considered untouchable, right? I'm okay with him being traded. My question is, all right, you went 1-for-1 with Brandon Marsh. And I go, all right, is Brandon Marsh like some stud? The Phillies really valued Logan O'Hoppe. I guess they must really value Brandon Marsh based off of what they've seen and based off of what they know and his scouting. I like an idea of Aaron Rowan, right? If he starts hitting a little bit, like you said, okay, that makes me excited when you have this deep of a roster right now. But is he ever going to amount to that? I don't know. And you traded a guy that was considered untouchable for. So I question that.
Well, remember one thing real quick. Mm-hmm. Who said he was untouchable?
Reporters.
Yeah, where'd that come from?
Probably the team to try to up his value.
Correct.
Yes.
So this whole untouchables, like it's Elliot Ness, I look at it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Even though the Angels, I saw it today, I saw Jamie tweet out about it. The Angels already have O'Hoppe as their number one prospect. So that must mean the Angels farm system's worse than the Phillies if O'Hoppe's also number one already.
My God.
But they must value him really high. So, we'll see how that goes. I'm not ripping the trade. I question it. All right, how does this guy go from untouchable to a guy that's, you hope hits 250 for you? I love the athletic ability. We talked about his speed yesterday. The guy can move. You can bat him at the top of the lineup or at the bottom of the lineup where it's kind of like that 9-hitter who becomes the leadoff hitter again at the back end. So
that's what the Braves do with Harris.
Yeah, so, I like the idea of it. The Syndergaard piece to me, I don't love Noah Syndergaard. I don't. And when, I remember Jason Stark was on with Devon last week, and he said that the Phillies were in the market for a third man in the rotation. I don't think Syndergaard right now is the number 3 on this team. We went through his outings, his last 10 outings. Gibson and Suarez have been much better. Not like slightly better, much better than Syndergaard. He could be a gas can at times, and that kind of concerns me when he's going to be playing the Braves in a playoff game, or the Dodgers who move on in the second round, or the Padres. That's some deep lineups that he's going to have to go up against. And his the swing and miss rate is really bad this year for him, and so that kind of concerns me.
Well, I told you that yesterday. And I was not, and even in my opening monologue, did you hear? I grouped them together.
Yes,
which is there is no 3.
No.
You have Wheeler and Nola, and then you got three other dudes that it's whoever's pitching the best at the time is how you would kind of rank them.
Yeah, I know a lot of people were really excited yesterday when they got Syndergaard, but I think a lot of people are still used to 2018 Syndergaard, the Thor thing when he was with the Mets, and he was really good, but he's gotten worse every single season. He's come off of Tommy John. He hasn't been that great this year. He's been pitching on 6 days rest in L.A., so I wonder, is he going to be better or worse on 5 days rest? Because it's not like you're going to do a bullpen game every single week. Here's the one thing about Syndergaard. At least you're not pitching Bailey Falter anymore or Nick Nelson to start a game.
I think ding, ding. I think that's what you nailed. I think, look, they needed another starter.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Eflin's not coming back.
No.
So
transferred to the 60-day IL yesterday.
So if there's no Eflin coming back, you got to get a starter. You need somebody that's a major league starter. Look, I told you yesterday I wasn't in love with him. That in my dream scenario, it was Rodon.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you get that kind of dude like that. Now you got a top three. But you couldn't get that. You couldn't get that done. So you got basically another starter that's just a major league starter.
Yeah.
That's it.
And the beauty of it, the best part, the thing
But
that
Robertson is what I love.
Well, exactly. And so you bring in Syndergaard. Let's just say you slot him as the number 3, not for playoffs, but for right now. Wheeler Nola gives the innings. You don't have to ask Syndergaard to go 6-7. You go, listen, dude, give it your all through 4 or 5, because then you have Robertson, you have Sir Anthony, you have Brad Hand, you have Corey Knebel. That's 4 arms right there. And then Nick Nelson's been all right in middle relief for them this year, who can give them 2 innings. Bilotti's been all right in middle relief, who can give you an inning or 2. So you can make it work, and then hopefully Gibson and Suarez can continue to give you their consistent 6 innings so they can eat up some innings too. I'm not in love with Syndergaard, but it's better than Falter. It's better than Christopher Sanchez. It's better than Nick Nelson giving you 2 innings to start a game. And because your bullpen is already shockingly deep before David Robertson, now you add David Robertson, you can make it work. So I like I like the moves.
And this is where I look at Dombrowski and say, Chunas, we are just a couple of years off of doing the poison pen, the pig pen.
Yeah.
We were doing the pig pen hoedown, right?
Yes.
He's got a legitimate bullpen that's a plus bullpen.
Yeah, and then they finally just got rid of Familia yesterday, so you're not throwing out an arm.
You and I were doing a
celebrating. Because remember last week, so you were in Italy still, and last Thursday they played the Pirates and they were up 7-2, I think, heading into the 9th, or 8-2 heading into the 9th, and they bring in Familia because it's mop-up roll, right? You just go, hey, get us 3 outs. He gives up 5 earned. So they had to warm up Sir Anthony. They had to bring him into the game. In a game, like a guy that's coming off of an injury that missed 2 seasons, and you don't want to overuse. And I think the Phillies have done a good job not overusing Sir Anthony this year, unlike what Kapler did before he got hurt. But that's a night where you go, oh my God, dude! Like he was supposed to have an off night because you were up 8-2, and he had to pitch because Familia was so bad.
Yep.
The Bilottis of the world, the Nick Nelsons of the world, they'll get you 3 outs. They might give up a run or 2, but in a mop-up role, they're not going to all of a sudden make it a ball game again.
Right.
So that was a good move. Just getting rid of him and getting rid of number 37 in the outfield. Thank God.
I think the whole deadline comes down to Marsh, right?
Yes.
And you get Marsh for the long term. You like that's your answer in center field. Here's what I like about him. What I like about him is he's fast.
Yes.
And he's a good fielder, right? Like he's a good center fielder. So that's makes you feel good. Now, it all's going to come down to whether or not he can hit. Is he going to be a 1-hitter or a 9-hitter?
Right.
I mean, that's what it's right now. He's a 9-hitter.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we'll see. Can he be, Aaron Rowan? My man VG goes, I want Charlie Blackmon. Now, look, if he becomes Charlie Blackmon, it's a home run trade.
Yeah, it's great.
And I'm with you guys. Like, it'd be great if he's Charlie Blackmon. He kind of reminds you of him.
The hair.
Right. I'll take Rowan and be happy, right? I'll take a guy that plays a great center field, who plays hard, goes after, is a great clubhouse kid, and and is a credible hitter.
Yeah, and here's the thing.
I just need him to hit.
So fast and a good center fielder. That's Roman Quinn, but Roman Quinn would hit below 200 on this team, right? If Marsh is hitting 250 for you,
right,
you'll take it, right? And then you could platoon him with Veerling some nights if you want to. And the other good thing is, like, Veerling, now that he's on the bench, he is a credible off the bench, defensive replacement for Castellanos in the 8th or 9th inning. If his spot's not going to be due up, you'll live with Veerling coming in as a defensive replacement in right field in the 8th or 9th inning, because you can't do that with Odubel. Right, you bring in Odubel as a defensive replacement. He might botch a fly ball. No. He might misread something. I mean, that happens like once a week, it seems like, with him. So he's now gone, thank God. So you made an improvement in center field. And now your bench is a little bit deeper because Veerling can do other things.
Right.
He could pinch run because he is fast. So it makes it work.
Listen, I'm fine with him in that role. Yeah. I'm fine with Veerling in that role. I just can't have him start. Right? Like, that was it. You can't have him start. And, they cleaned up the mistakes, and, bye-bye Moniak, right? Like, it's just, those horrible drafts of the past are, you start to put them behind you. And, I'm just hoping that I'm excited to see what he can be, because if somehow this kid figures it out at the plate, he's got good size.
Yeah, and you have him under control for a while, which is also really good.
Like, he's an athlete.
Yeah.
You don't have... look at the guys you have, right? With, Castellanos and Schwarber.
Yeah, you need him to cover a lot of ground out there.
And Bryce, who's not, the greatest, defensive player. So you get a kid like Marsh, if he can just figure it out at the plate, I applaud him. Now, again, I don't know what O'Hoppy's going to be.
Right.
Like, I don't know what that kid's going to be. Here's my only spidey sense that tingles here is, having covered baseball for a long time, I know what organizations do. I know how they manipulate their prospects. And I get it. And, it's part of the game. And so I take it all with a grain of salt. Now, this kid may come up and he may be, a stud, right? Who knows?
He's Shohei's catcher.
Right. Or he's Lou Marsden.
Right.
Because I've heard, how many catchers I've heard about, right? Like, I heard a million guys. This guy, that guy, this guy.
Really, the only guy that worked out was Travis d'Arnaud, who left.
And it took some time for him to work out, too.
It did.
Right? So, again, I can't cry. Now, the pitching, like, you need to have young pitching in your system. So I was happy they protected the pitching.
Yeah, they did. I mean, unless you had, you keep on talking about Rodon, like a guy that's going to step in here, and he could be your 2, arguably, right? You could move Noel to the 3 if you wanted to. But he's kind of a rental piece. Like, I know he's a player option next year, but he's going to try to opt out to make more money. So, yeah, it's okay that you didn't give up one of those horses that you have in the minor leagues for a guy that would be ultimately the rental. I mean,
if I was able to get now, I would have done it if I could get him long term.
Right.
Like, if I was able to work out a deal and I could get Rodon for, I would give up one of the. I would have gave up
like a Painter.
Yes, I would have.
Yeah,
I would have gave it up in a second because I got a top 3 rotation.
And that's the proven versus unknown thing too. I mean, and that's what I live by. The only thing is, like, I don't know enough about Brad Marsh, whether I think he's going to be this, great everyday player compared to Logan O'Hoppe. I really don't. I've seen Marsh. I've seen, I've paid attention to the Angels because why wouldn't you watch them if you're a baseball fan? You have Ohtani and Trout on that team. So Brad Marsh is out there. He makes some good plays in the outfield. That's probably the best part about him right now is that he can be a center fielder every day that's going to help Schwarber and Castellanos. And then, of course, there's the Harper and Segura coming back. Right, and that is, I joked about it last week when you were out that, Dave Dombrowski at one point is going to say, well, don't forget Segura and Harper are like mid-season trades because we haven't had them for a while, right? GMs always say that kind of stuff. Managers always say that kind of stuff. But it is true. They're coming back, and your lineup's going to be deeper, and now you can move Stott to shortstop. That's been talked about a lot, and now Didi's coming off the bench as a left-handed bat. This team, the team got better yesterday.
Listen, the shame of it all is the Padres did what they did, right?
Yeah, they got really better.
Because if you're a baseball fan and you go, all right, like you see what the Phillies did, and you go, you got a center fielder who can't really hit, but has maybe a future. You got a bullpen piece who, by the way, was here before and never pitched.
Yeah, he pitched, I think, 5 games.
And then you got
gone.
And then you got a back end rotation guy who could maybe be a gas can, right? Like if you're a baseball fan, you go and you look at it pessimistically. You go, well, look at the Padres, right?
Right.
You go,
they have Soto along with Tatis, who they're getting back from injury.
So you got Soto and Bell that you brought over.
Yeah.
And, oh, by the way, Drury. Where'd that come from, too?
I know, by the way, Josh Hader pitched last night, 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah.
He, all of a sudden, he had life again.
Yeah, and then you look and you go, oh, well, that's the second best team in the West.
Right.
I mean, it's amazing that the AFC West and the NL West are basically the same ridiculous, like the talent that is there.
Yeah, it's deep, man, and it's gonna be fun, right? Like it's gonna be a fun playoff run, playoff push, and then the question is, are they good enough to actually win a series or two? And
so we're gonna discuss a lot of Phillies. I'm curious to see where you guys are at. Also today, I want to do something today. Broadcasters and the people we love. One of the great broadcasters passed away. We lost one of the greats in Vince Scully. And I kind of want to do a little homage to broadcasters, the people that really become a part of the family. We know that well here with Harry.
Yeah.
So I really want to do that today.
Part of history, too. You think of the moments. Kirk Gibson's home run. Vince Scully.
I mean, the soundtrack of, your childhood and your life.
Yeah. And in other sports, the catch, right? In football, right? That was Scully on the call.
I want to talk about this. I want to pay a homage to all of our broadcasters today. Lots to do. We're just getting started on a Wednesday. 610-632-0975. Cuz Radio. Tunis 97.5 The Fanatic.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Deadline moves. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by Wawa Siptopia. Welcome back to Wawa Siptopia, your handcrafted beverage happy place. Enjoy smoothies, refreshers, hot and iced lattes, or try the new frozen coffee and frozen refreshers. Gotta have a Wawa. It was the trade deadline in Major League Baseball yesterday, and the Phillies made a couple of moves. They acquired Brandon Marsh and Noah Syndergaard from the L.A. Angels. Marsh, Rob Thompson already said, will be the everyday center fielder for the Phillies. Noah Syndergaard will join the rotation. It would have been his day yesterday. Phillies went with the bullpen game against the Braves. They got obliterated, but we won't talk about that game right now. We'll ignore that. Phillies also getting back an old friend, David Robertson. He pitched a total of 5 games here a couple of years ago before he got hurt and never came back. He's got a sub-3 ERA for the Cubs this year out of the bullpen. So the Phillies acquire Robertson to bolster the bullpen. That's probably the best move out of the 3, but a starting center fielder and a pitcher that replaces the dreaded bullpen game. Phillies game 2 against the Braves this afternoon. Keep it locked here in the Fanatic for all the latest news and information. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
It's the Cuz, Anthony Gargano. Weekdays 10 to 2 on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Is sports betting about to become way more fun? You bet. Because the BetParks app has a brand new sports book. Live bets and parlays? You bet. Instant deposits and incredible app experience? You bet. Plus, your first bet is risk-free up to $750. So, are you already a winner just for signing up on the BetParks Sportsbook app? You bet. BetParks. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. Pennsylvania and New Jersey only. Is today your lucky day? You bet. Because the new BetParks app is everything you want in a digital casino and sportsbook. It's easy to sign up, fun to use, and faster to win than ever before. And all new BetParks app users can choose between a $20 casino bonus or a $20 free sports bet. Which begs the question, is this the most rewarding casino and sportsbook betting app ever? You bet. BetParks. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. Pennsylvania and New Jersey only.
Hey, it's John Kincaid here from my friends at Window Nation, and it's back to school time. And Window Nation can help you get an A+ in savings right now. Get 2 free windows for every 2 that you buy with 0% interest until 2024. That's like free scholarship money. You can use it towards your kids' school supplies or treat yourself. Because Window Nation savings, we're going to keep on coming. The temperatures are going to soar. Your energy bills go with it when you have old, inefficient windows. Why don't you stay cool? Lower the bills, raise the value of your home, get those new energy-efficient windows. Window Nation has installed over 1 million windows expertly, rewarding and increasing value in over 150,000 homes, all with over 96% needing no follow-up service. Now that's an A+. It's your turn to make the smart choice. Go to the head of the class. Get 2 free windows for every 2 that you buy. Buy 4, get 4 free. There's no limit. Plus, pay 0% interest until 2024. No homework's needed for this one. Set up a free in-home consultation today, and you're going to save big during Window Nation's back-to-school sale. Call today at 866-90Nation or visit windownation.com. 866-90Nation. Window Nation's the perfect fit. Tell them Kincaid sent you.
Riot Games, the company behind massive esports title League of Legends, has brought down the ban hammer on former pro player Doublelift. Why? Recently, League of Legends viewership has been tanking, which is exactly what Doublelift pointed out, describing the league as dying. Well, that was enough for Riot to suspend Doublelift from commenting on the weekend championship matches. Not sure how banning a former player will bring more viewers to your game, Riot, but we'll see how it plays out.
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
Did you get the Clement Horizon clean last night? I don't want another bar incident. Where's Ivan?
Kiki's head of docking operations just jumped ship.
What do you mean he's sailing around the world?
She needs a new marina manager to help keep her head above water.
Yeah, the tide's perfect, but we are slammed.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
People sometimes may wonder why they need a big law firm after their injury. Imagine you're on your way to work and then, bam, your whole life changes. You're injured and now you have to fight for justice. Your opponent is not the driver of the car that hit you. It's their insurance company. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The crawl space under your home is a breeding ground for moisture and mold. So if water invades your crawl space, it can cause damage to your home's foundation and overall structure. So if you're struggling with moisture and water in your home's crawl space, you need to call the experts. Dry Tech Waterproofing Solutions is the leader in waterproofing. They offer free consultations and foundation assessments. Mention John Kincaid, get 15% off. Fanatic listeners, 15% off just for mentioning my name. Visit DryTechCorp.com. Dry Tech Waterproofing Solutions. Protect your investment.
Cigars are not a safe alternative to cigarettes. Looking for a premium smoke? Then welcome to the world of Al Capone cigars, where we're keeping it real. Using only premium natural leaf wrappers, Al Capones are hand-rolled for a unique look and smooth flavor. From mellow to bold to the rich flavor of sweet cognac, Al Capone cigars stand out. Elevate your style with Al Capone My Way. Find us at AlCaponeCigar.com. That's AlCaponeCigar.com.
Russell Peters! Russell Peters, Act Your Age World Tour. Saturday, August 20th, 8 p.m. Ovation Hall and Ocean Casino Resort.
Vegans are the ISIS of the vegetarian world.
Russell Peters.
No, that's your friend you're about to eat. All right, FaceTime a cow if you're such good friends. I want to see pictures of you and a chicken at a bar.
On sale now at theoceanac.com. Russell Peters, live.
Hey, I'm Jackie, and a little love about the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit is the chicken. It is golden brown, so juicy, so delicious. It's the perfect savory start to my day.
Hey, I'm Matt, and the little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit is the freshly baked, flaky, buttery biscuit. When I take a bite, it's kind of like, crispy, soft, crispy. Crispy outside, soft interior, crispy chicken. There's really nothing like it.
Start your day with the Chick-fil-A Chicken Biscuit, available on the Chick-fil-A app. Real Chick-fil-A guests paid for their testimonials.
Welcome to Allstate, where you can really control your savings. Because when you drive less, you save more with pay per mile. So you're really in control of your savings. Only paying for the miles you drive. Yeah, life is good when you're in the driver's seat. Allstate, here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click, call, or visit allstate.com to save today.
Not available in every state. Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Norfolk, Illinois.
Think you know Amazon? Think again. Did you know you can get paid when it works best for you? That means you can get the money you earned directly after your shift, or that you get benefits like healthcare on your very first day. As an Amazon warehouse associate, you'll be amazed by what you can get. To learn more about all of the benefits of working an hourly job at Amazon, go to amazon.com/hourly. That's amazon.com/hourly. Amazon is proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
More of the Anthony Gargano Show now
on 97.5 The Fanatic.
10 o'clock hour brought to you by Window Nation. Take advantage of Window Nation's 50% off sale on all style windows. Plus, make no down payment with no payments and no interest for 12 full months. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com. 10:30, cross the Delaware Valley. Cuz ready with the tunes on this blazing Wednesday. My Lord, dude.
Yeah.
I felt bad, dude. I felt so bad for the kids last night. So we had, this camp. And the coaches are great, right? They're fantastic. But man, oh man, it is not fun. It is not fun.
Oh no, we're
training
in the thick of it
camp
again, man.
is not fun. So the boys were like, full pads. We were out there last night from the only break you get is that this time of the year, the sun sets a little earlier.
Yep.
So it was amazing the difference.
Oh yeah.
Between at 7 o'clock, between 6 and 7, the first hour of practice, it was just nasty, right? Just absolutely nasty. And then at 7:15, the sun started to dip in the horizon.
Yeah, and they probably got a little breeze.
You get a little bit of respite.
Yeah, well, it's funny bringing up weather.
Little Ant had Little Ant was he came off the field drenched.
Oh, I'm sure. It's a good workout for him.
Yeah.
Nice.
You kidding me? Just absolutely drenched. I'm going, dude, you're earning it, man.
Yeah, man, of
you
course.
earned your Chick-fil-A last night.
Yes. I would have made Little Ant proud. Christy and I are we're focusing on what we're eating and stuff, but we do a Friday cheat day. So 2 weeks ago, my cheat day was Chick-fil-A. I crushed two number ones.
Nice.
Yeah, 2 number ones, large fry. It was delicious, man. Crushed it. My morning thought is about weather. The good weather. I'll explain it more, obviously, later on during the segment. But the Phillies announcing that Syndergaard will make his start tomorrow night, his first start. And, so you got Wheeler tonight, and then it'll be Syndergaard tomorrow, Friday, Gibson, Saturday, Suarez, Sunday, Nola.
Yep. Well, I mean, listen, here's the deal. Listen, you're not going to be the Padres right now, all right? I mean, you can't even look at that. So the bottom line is, are they a better team than they were the day before?
Yes.
And I think it's clear.
Yeah, they are a better team.
I think it's clear. I mean, look how you are defensively and in the bullpen. Those are we all want sexy, right? Juan Soto's sexy. But you need a bullpen. You need quality arms to close out games. You need, it was funny. I was talking to my man, South Philly Santa, because he was like, this kid can't hit 250 in a softball league. Well,
come on now.
Right. And here's the thing. And first of all, he's 6'4", 215, right? And, Chunas, that guys that are that built like that, rangy, sometimes it takes them a little bit longer to kind of find themselves at the plate. So he's got a great glove. That's going to help you at the end of games. He's got speed, and he's a hard-nosed player. So that makes you a better club. That's already he's better than what you had in center field.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I get the sexy thing, and the Phillies weren't going to get Soto, but I wouldn't say Whit Merrifield is sexy, who got traded to the Blue Jays, but he's hot. You know, like I would take Whit Merrifield. Ian Happ was not traded by the Cubs when he thought he was going to be moved. I don't know why that trade never happened. I would have liked Ian Happ, right? Brian Reynolds, I still don't understand why the Pirates wouldn't move on from him unless you entice them enough, and clearly nobody did, and he's still there. But, you know, those moves I would have been giddy for, more so than Brandon Marsh.
Yeah. Well, I think they also looked at it and they went, all right, Merrifield's what, 32?
Yeah, I mean, look, they have control of Brandon Marsh.
And they
for a
looked
while
at him and
now.
they went, you know, I got a kid who's 24. Let me play the upside game a little bit. Listen, I hear you. I love Merrifield. You know that. We talked about Reynolds a million times.
Yeah, the second Mullins was pretty much not going anywhere. I was Reynolds and Merrifield. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Happ fan. I would have preferred Reynolds would have been in my dream scenario. Reynolds would have been my number one, and I love what's his face Kiermaier.
Yeah,
right from Tampa, and you know. I look at those guys and I go, yeah, you know, like Merrifield would have been interesting because he's got some pop. He could hit the top of the order. He hit leadoff for the longest time for Kansas City.
Yeah, he takes care of two spots for you, center field and leadoff.
So I feel you on that, like, you know, without a doubt. But I'm going to look at this kid and go, all right, like, you know, I'm at least better than they were yesterday. And I think they're important defense and I think end of games, right? Like closing out games. You got your bullpen got that much better. Your defense got better. Like, I mean, think about it. You got Castellanos and Schwarber. You know, the one thing you need is a guy that can run.
Right. Right. And you know, I mentioned the Vierling thing. He can now come into the game to replace Schwarber or Castellanos as a defensive replacement if need be. Yeah, look, they got better yesterday. I was hoping to get more, but they did ultimately get better yesterday. The beauty of David Robertson, and it's funny, I went through my own old tweets about David Robertson when they first signed him because I was like, what was I thinking back then? And I was fired up because I thought, you know, he was going to be the bridge closer to when Sir Anthony Dominguez was ready to take over. Now, the league has changed where your best bullpen arm might not be your ninth inning guy anymore. It might be the, all right, high leverage situation dude, right?
Right.
So the beauty of the Phillies having Brad Hand this year was, okay, Sir Anthony can pitch against 3, 4, 5 in the eighth inning, and because Brad Hand has closing experience, he's going to do well. Remember, we saw Hector Neris do great in the eighth inning, but for some reason could not handle the ninth inning because it's a mental thing. It really is. There are guys that just can't handle pitching in the ninth inning. Ryan Madsen, they tried closing at one point. Couldn't handle it.
Dude,
but in the eighth, the dude was ridiculous. He was the bridge to Lidge. So the beauty of having the bullpen with Brad Hand, you were able to move Sir Anthony around. Corey Knebel was supposed to be the closer at one point before he got that shoulder stiffness and then he started falling off a little bit. Beauty of having him is you can use Sir Anthony wherever. Now you have David Robertson too. You have 4 closers on this roster. You have 4 guys that can pitch the ninth inning. If the best part of the order is in the ninth inning, you put Sir Anthony out there. If it's the eighth inning, you put him out there. And then if you have a lefty heavy, ninth inning, it's Brad Hand. If it's the other way, it's David Robertson. And you're feeling good.
You are.
The bullpen was already pretty deep. And now it's pretty stellar.
I actually think it's a weapon now. I think it's a weapon now.
Oh, it definitely is. Because you can go now 5 innings in a God forbid.
And look, you're going to need it too because I don't know about Ranger. I mean, I'm hopeful that looks like he did last year now. He's starting to get a decent stretch.
Last couple outings have been good.
I think Gibby is what he is. I think Gibby's a guy that is going to, kind of keep you in games.
Yeah, you hope he goes quality starts, 6 innings, 3 earned.
And then, we'll see what Syndergaard, what he's got. But the thing about Syndergaard that's interesting is, can he ever reclaim, the question I have is, can he ever reclaim the stuff he once had?
Yeah, I mean, he was good at the start of the season. He's coming off of Tommy John, and you go, wow, maybe he figured it out. And then he started falling off. We went through his last 10 starts, only 2 quality starts.
And
that's
strikeout
that's
numbers
bare
were
minimum,
down,
right? Quality starts is bare minimum.
Yeah.
And he's only had 2 out of his last 10, which is why I've made the case. And I talked to some people on social media yesterday because they were saying, oh, my God, he's so much better than Gibson and Suarez. That's not necessarily true.
That's why I grouped them.
Higher upside.
Yeah.
Higher upside because, like you said, if he gets back to where he was, then you go,
oh, listen,
damn.
Listen, he was a legit
Yeah,
talent.
he's a freak. I mean, there was talk that he would be better than DeGrom at one point.
Yep.
Remember Matt Harvey?
Oh, yeah.
You had a ridiculous 1-2-3 with the Mets, and then Harvey goes off the deep end, and so does Syndergaard.
It was funny. It reminds me of when I was covering them years ago. I dubbed. It was funny because this is before the viral stuff, right?
Yeah.
But my nickname stuck. I called them Generation K, and it was. You remember Jason Isringhausen?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So Izzy, we used to call him. He was a great dude. He was actually fun. I loved Izzy. He was a great dude. But he actually was the only one who stuck. It was Isringhausen, a guy named Paul Wilson, who was the number 1 overall pick, who had great stuff. He got hurt. And Bill Pulsifer, who I love Bill. This kid, it was a lefty who threw hard. He got hurt. Like, these 3 kids, and Izzy got hurt for a while, too. He wound up making it out of the bullpen.
Wasn't he with the Red Sox when they won? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he bounced around a little bit, but they had the 3 of them. So they all came up at the same year, right? They pitched in the spring in the spring training game. They each went 3 innings, dude. They combined for like 16 strikeouts.
Oh, that's awesome.
And like 1 hit, 2 hits, no runs. And I was like, holy moly. So I was writing about them, and I called them Generation K. It was against Atlanta. And I'll never forget, it was West Palm Beach. That's where the Braves used to train. And I'm watching every scout is going, oh,
look
my
at these
God.
guys, right?
These kids are ridiculous. And all of them got hurt.
Yeah,
that's pitching, man.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they had Harvey, Syndergaard, DeGrom, and only one guy still there, and he is, a walking injury bug at times, DeGrom, which is a shame.
Yeah.
By the way, it was the Cardinals, so he lost to the Red Sox
St. Louis.
in 2004. That year, he led the league in saves with 47, Isringhausen.
Yeah, Izzy was a good kid, man. He used to love, I'll never forget, Dallas Green is a good story. Izzy goes out and pitches, and he gets, like, lit up a little bit, right? And so Izzy used to he would go out. He was a kid, right? Like, I was in my early 20s. He's in his early 20s. And he was going out, and Dallas, roasted him. You want to be a big leaguer? Or do you want to just play the role of a big leaguer? And he gave you one of those old-time, manager, and he just started, and it's in front of the press.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, he does it in front of the press. What do you want to be? You want to be a big legger? Like, I know Dallas Green he used to give you the legger. Big legger. Or you want to be a going out, or you got to stop, whatever, going out. I forget how we called it. They called it something. Running. Stop running at night. Stay in your room.
It's an amazing ball player that made a lot of money all of a sudden. Probably first time in his life.
Yeah, he was like one of these, country kids. All right. So the other aspect today that I want to get to is Vince Scully passed away at age 94. Vince Scully, I mean, does it get – I hope at some point today we can get a lot of Vince Scully calls.
Yeah, of course.
All right? Because you want to talk about, like, dulcet tones. You want to talk about, like, that golden voice. This guy was doing – I'll never forget. I had the baseball package when it first came out. The longest time, I love watching these West Coast games. And I used to love to fall asleep. Like, I'd watch those Dodger games and just listen to him do a game. And it was like the most calming thing ever. And he would read out of the media guide, Tunis. He's a carpenter. He likes to whittle. Like he'd give you these crazy factoids.
Yes.
That were unbelievable. Like, I don't know why I would love. And here he is, 220 hitting lefty. Like he had that way about him. He was and one of the nicest.
Yeah, he seemed like a beautiful soul, man.
Dude, one of the great thrills that I'll never forget. First time I was at Dodger Stadium, and I was covering baseball, covered the Mets, and I'm at Dodger Stadium, and they had like a these like a cafeteria type of thing, so for the media and the press, and they had Dodger dogs, right?
Okay.
So it was like the first time I actually had a Dodger dog.
That's a big deal.
Which was like
you're a baseball fan, hot dogs. It's a big
deal.
deal.
The Dodger dog was a great dog. But like you're in Chavez Ravine, which is one of the most amazing ballparks because you're in the ravine looking up. It's like it's wild because you enter at ground level and you go down, right? Because you're in the ravine. It's just beautiful. And I get to meet Vince Scully. And he was in front of me in line. And, I had to fanboy it out.
I don't blame you.
He's a
legend. Why wouldn't you?
I was a fanboy. I go, excuse me.
You say my name.
Mr. Scully? And, yes. Turns around. And I said, I just want to introduce myself and, tell you how much I respect you and, what an amazing job you do. And, I cover baseball. I'm from Philadelphia, but I work in New York and blah, blah, blah. Shake his hand. And he's like, okay, Anthony, great to meet you. And just the nicest dude. And every time I go to Dodger Stadium, from that moment on, I would see him. He remembered my name.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Anthony, it was uncanny.
Yeah, I mean, he seems like that dynamite of a guy and an icon. And we, I have a couple stuff already for you. Shout out to Tom Alvord, who did a great job.
Thank you, Tommy.
Sitting in my chair while you were out for the last 2 weeks.
I love Tommy.
Yeah, he does a great job. So he's helping us out in the back today. And
when you were out, Tommy was with me.
Yeah, he's awesome.
So I love him.
So
I got one beef with him.
What's up?
That'll come later.
Okay.
There's only one beef because word got back to me.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, that'll be discussed. You're disgusted. But I see some of the clips that are already being put in our Sound for Updates folder, and it's, the Kirk Gibson iconic. Like, when you think of baseball, if you're telling, I wasn't born for it, but I know the Kirk Gibson home run. The catch is in there from Dwight Clark. The Buckner error, right? These iconic moments in baseball where you tell, I know the Dwight Clark is football, but when you tell stories about baseball, the Buckner play comes up all the time in conversation, right? And so, we'll play those coming up, but it's just, he's an icon, man. It was a big part of the sport. And if there was a big moment in the history of baseball, his voice was probably there. He was probably part of it because he did the national games too.
I mean, he was baseball.
He's baseball, yeah.
In so many ways. And it was those group of broadcasters, right? Harry was one of them. It's funny, the one guy who I never really got, kind of I understand him, but I never really got. Do you remember hearing about Harry Carey?
Yeah, I would.
From the Cubs?
Yeah,
I mean, he was before your time.
More of a, goofy.
Right.
Yeah.
Like he would sing,
Yeah.
take me out to the ball game. And it was, but that Cub fans revered, when I was in Chicago, they revered Harry.
Guy, yeah.
Harry Carey was our Harry Cows, right?
Right.
I remember being, how provincial you get, right? Because, so they're going, Harry Carey's the greatest broadcaster ever, legend. I'm thinking,
no.
Yeah, Harry Cows. We got a better Harry. Harry the K.
Our Harry the K.
Greater than, Harry Carey. But, for Chicago.
Yeah, he was an icon.
He was like a roly-poly kind of jolly guy with the big, thick glasses. And, he was like a legend.
Now, I always love this guy. I miss him doing national games Sunday night. Loved him on video games, but he does the Giants. John Miller.
Yes.
I love John Miller.
Yes. John Miller.
He's awesome.
Was unbelievable. He is. He's great. He's got a great voice.
And he did Sunday Night Baseball for a while, and he's very talented. He's a guy that I think.
I love John Miller. I agree with you. I love John Miller too. John Miller is fantastic.
Yeah, so there's a lot of good ones. And it's funny, you talked about that whittling story that you were just saying with Vince Scully. We'll have it in a second. He was there. Somebody posted a video of it yesterday when Vince Scully was telling a story about somebody who, as a child, was one of the players, as a child got like bit by a bear. But like as he's telling the story, and that's a strike on the outside corner. Like he somehow mixed it, and you're going, dude, wait a minute, this guy got bit by a bear?
No, like he was unbelievable, seamless. And there it is, a long shot it's a double off the wall. Yes, by the way.
Almost lost his arm.
Yes. He was unbelievable how he would intertwine the stories of these players, and he worked alone.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how hard it is to work. He worked alone in baseball because baseball is a sport of breath, right?
Yeah.
It's a sport of breath. That's what baseball is. And that's why it works so well. That's why Harry and Whitey and, L.A. and Fransky, like all these dudes, they work so well together because it's a game of breath. Tom McGinnis does a great job working alone, right? When he's alone, like, he's unbelievable. He's got a game that goes up and down.
Right.
Now, he's fantastic because he can weave in stuff, too. But it's easier to work by yourself when you're describing basketball, a game that moves. Baseball is a game of breath.
Yeah.
And he would tell stories. He was an amazing storyteller.
All right, you want to hear the OG Gibby?
Yeah.
Not our.
Right.
Kyle Gibson.
Gibson swings and a fly ball to deep right field. This is going to be a home run.
That's not Vince Scully.
That's not Vince Scully. All right, we'll work on that one.
Yeah.
That is not Vince Scully.
No, it's not. It's like...
Now, that was not Tom. That was somebody from our morning show. But okay.
And look who's
Here he goes.
up. And all year long, he answered the demands until he was physically unable to start tonight with two bad legs. The bad left hamstring and the swollen right knee. He's trying to catch lightning right now. 3-2. High fly ball into right field. She is gone.
Wow. That is awesome. Unbelievable. Dude, I got that moment again. I got chills.
And it's funny, like, we didn't have the rest of it, but I still remember. Look, again, I wasn't alive, but it's so iconic when he says, in a year where the improbable has happened, the impossible has happened. Like he's a wordsman.
Oh, my God,
like,
he's incredible wordsman.
It's not like he had that planned out.
No.
He didn't have that written down somewhere.
I love calling the baseball she. She is gone. Like, giving it a pronoun is awesome. Like, that was so amazing. I had to tell you, that's one of the most amazing memories. I'll tell you a story off of that play.
By the way, a bit of a violation on Connor, Mr. Baseball, giving the wrong Kirk Gibson call.
Yeah. You went Kubek. I'm trying to think who that was.
Come on.
That wasn't Kubek. It was...
that Buck?
Yes.
Like Jack Buck?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Ball Connor.
610-632-0975. That's how you join us. We're going to open up the phone lines coming up next. All right. Let's go to the Bagster. Yes, I love the Bagster. A 3 cubic yard dumpster in a bag. You know, it's funny. I was having a conversation yesterday. One of the dads at football, we were talking about it. And he was, dude, I heard you do the Bagster thing. And he goes, I got one. And he goes, you're right. I never thought a dumpster could be a topic of conversation. But it is with the Bagster because it's such a great product. Like, you got stuff you got to get rid of. You got a house, you got stuff. You got trash. You're getting remodeling. You just got junk, whatever it is. And so you go to Home Depot, Lowe's, any of your local home improvement stores. You buy it. You just unfold it, and then you fill it. And then it costs $29.99. It holds 3,300 pounds of junk and waste. Check out the Bagster. All right? Go to thebagster.com for all the details. Anthony Gargano telling you to clean it up this summer with the Bagster. Dumpster in the bag.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Some moves for the Phillies. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by SS Industries, conducting on-the-spot interviews at their Collegeville location Wednesday, August 3rd from 3 to 6 p.m. For more information, visit ss.industries. I would imagine .com. The Phillies made a couple of trades yesterday before the trade deadline, which took place at 6 o'clock. They acquired a starting pitcher, which they needed, Noah Syndergaard. They also got Brandon Marsh, both from L.A., the Angels. Brandon Marsh, according to Rob Thompson, will right away be the everyday starting center fielder. He's not available for today's game. He will be available tomorrow. Noah Syndergaard will make his debut for the Phillies on the mound tomorrow. Robertson, they also trade for from Chicago at a sub-3 ERA this year out of the relief for the Cubbies. He will be available tonight if needed. Phillies had the second game of their series with the Atlanta Braves this afternoon. They got beat up yesterday in the bullpen game. We'll just ignore that one for now. This update is also brought to you by Acme. Shop Acme and earn 4 times reward points on gas and groceries with your Acme For You app. See store for details. Keep it locked in the Fanatic for all the latest news and information. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
It's the Anthony Gargano Show on 97.5 The Fanatic.
All you gotta do is dial Pala. Morgan and Morgan. All you gotta do is dial Pala. An army of attorneys ready to serve. America's largest injury law firm. Fighting for full and fair compensation. Dial now for a free case evaluation. Fight for your right, no fee unless we win. Best believe that we'll battle to the end. Dial pound law, that's all. Or log on to forthepeople.com. Come on, all you gotta do is dial pound law. Come on, all you gotta do is dial pound law.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
In the Delaware Valley, helping each other isn't just the neighborly thing to do. It's in our blood. It's in our plasma, too. In fact, over the years, thousands of Philadelphia area residents have helped people they'll never even meet by donating plasma at local CSL plasma donation centers. Your plasma donations have been instrumental in our efforts to create new therapies for patients living with rare and serious diseases, and have helped us provide medicines and vaccines to people in more than 100 countries around the world. We're proud to be part of this community, and we can't wait to say thank you in person at local events in the community throughout the summer. So please, when you see the CSL tent, stop by to cool off, hydrate, and grab a fun giveaway. Interested in other ways you can partner with CSL to improve patients' quality of life? Ask us about participating in one of our clinical trials or learn more at cslbearingtrials.com. That's cslbearingtrials.com. We thank you for all that you do, Philadelphia, because together we are saving lives.
If you run a small business, efficiency has never been more important. So for a limited time, Comcast Business is introducing small business savings. Call now to get powerful internet for just $39 a month for 12 months with no annual contract and a money-back guarantee. All on the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 9/21/22. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Restrictions apply. New business 50 megabits per second customers only. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra and subject to change. After promo, regular rates apply.
Hey, it's cuz, don't be that guy with the T-shirt on in the pool. You can still be slimmer for this summer. Since it only takes 40 days to lose a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40-plus pounds with NJ Diet, their program uses hair, saliva, and bioenergetic scans to personalize natural formulas and supplements to help you lose the weight. That DNA info is used to help you keep it off. No shots, no hormones, no surgery, no prepackaged foods. Ew. Call 855-5NJ-DIET or visit NJDiet.com. That's NJDiet.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. But not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Is today your lucky day? You bet. Because the new BetParks app is everything you want in a digital casino and sportsbook. It's easy to sign up, fun to use, and faster to win than ever before. And all new BetParks app users can choose between a $20 casino bonus or a $20 free sports bet. Which begs the question, is this the most rewarding casino and sportsbook betting app ever? You bet. BetParks. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. Pennsylvania and New Jersey only.
Hi, Bobby.
Hey, Sarah. The usual?
This is the last time I'm coming here for coffee. I'm on a budget now.
1 sec. Cold brew for Blake?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sarah, don't give up what you love. State Farm has policy options to get you a surprisingly great rate.
Good. I need my iced oat milk latte with caramel and cinnamon on top.
Girl, me too. For surprisingly great rates, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today.
In the wee hours of the night, when everyone else is fast asleep, you're the one on third shift, burning the midnight oil. When a part fails and everything comes to a grinding halt, regardless of what the clock on the wall says, you leap into action. Grainger is with you and all the ones who get it done. With 24/7 customer support by phone or click to chat. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hellsberg Diamonds presents the guy who found the perfect ring. Jake needed an engagement ring, so he did his research, asked his fiance's best friends for advice.
She wants emerald cut. Definitely.
And he went to Hellsberg Diamonds. Jake knew that Hellsberg's been in business for over 100 years. That means quality. And with their price match guarantee, he'd get a great deal. And she'd get the ring she's always wanted.
Way to go, Jake.
So be like Jake. Find the ring of her dreams at a Hellsberg Diamonds near you or at Hellsberg.com.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
O'clock. Yes, I know that story. 11 o'clock across the Delaware Valley. It's Cuz Radio with the Tunis. And heavy baseball. We're going over to Phillies trades and kind of how they look at post-deadline. But the other thing is we lost a legend in Vince Scully who passed away. And we're talking a lot about broadcasters. And, it's so interesting because baseball used to be like, I remember the tail end of baseball being right there with football. Like, at some point in my childhood, baseball and football were nearly equal. I mean, football always had a little bit, probably a little less, but they were like on par. And so the national baseball announcers, like Vince Scully, you knew that call from Kirk Gibson's home run. I remember it. I remember that game that happened in 1988. If my memory is right, and the reason why I know it so well is Bob Means Jobs got married very young, and I was at his wedding, and I'll never forget. I was in the bathroom watching that at bat.
Oh, really?
There was a bathroom attendant that had. See, it's funny.
It was
man.
a little portable TV, probably, right?
Dude, these little tiny TVs.
Yeah, super small.
Like nobody had. Like, if I think back at it, what they were like the size of your phone, right? Like, so you would. This guy was watching this little TV, and there was a crowd in the bathroom watching Eckersley give up that grand slam. It was like, oh my God. It was the most amazing. I can't, because it was the World Series, right? So you can never remember the World Series. That if I could say one thing I miss baseball playoffs being that big.
Yes.
They're not as big as they used to be.
No, they're not.
It's more regional. The whole country was watching that game. It was like the Super Bowl. Maybe a little less, but it had that. You know what it was? It was the NBA. Like the NBA Finals. You know, like most of the country watches the NBA Finals or the NBA playoffs. It was like that. You know, nothing's a Super Bowl, but the World Series was damn close. People loved, like, you watched it, and it didn't matter that your team wasn't in it. You watched the playoffs.
Right.
It was a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing that baseball probably hopes for at this point is, because of how well they're doing, both the Yankees and the Dodgers, to get into the World Series. Because now all of a sudden you'll have a huge uptick in viewership, because it's not, Yankees fans aren't regional, Dodgers fans aren't regional, right? They're all across the country. So if you're Rob Manfred, that's what you're praying for right now, and maybe you alter some things like the way the Dolphins did, got caught for, and you try to make it work where the Yankees and Dodgers, because then all of a sudden it's more of a bit of a World Series, right? But if it's the Padres, the only thing you're hoping for if you're baseball is that people want to see those three guys. Because if not, like, it's not like the Padres are a big draw nationally, except for the three talented players.
I got to say, I don't know. I mean, I would watch. You would watch. You don't think anybody? Is it just base? It's just the sport itself?
It could just be the sport. I think Yankees-Dodgers is different.
Yeah, but
because there's so much history there.
But the Padres, like, you bring up the Padres, like Machado, Tatis, Soto. I mean, you wouldn't watch them, and not you,
right? I got you.
But people wouldn't watch that World Series against, I don't know, pick a team in the American League that's.
Well, they're probably tired of Houston, right?
But okay, let's take Houston. All right,
so much talent on that team.
I mean, I got to tell you, you can say whatever you want. The time Altuve, cheat no cheat, is
still a stud. Yeah,
Yurdy Alvarez is every bit that he might be. He could be one of the most dangerous hitters in the game itself.
Oh, yeah.
You still got Bregman, right? They got that kid Tucker, who's it's from power.
Yep.
I mean, that's it. I would if it's Astros Padres, that doesn't do it for anybody.
I don't know. I don't know if it does. I think a lot of people don't like Houston because of everything that happened. You see it that way. I see it that way. That Altuve's still a stud, but a lot of people are probably turned off by it. And let's say the White Sox make it, right? Like, is Chicago White Sox, San Diego Padres a draw for the national audience?
Well, that's the other thing, though, dude. You look at the White Sox, right? You look at that line. That lineup is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's great.
Abreu. You just go him and
Tim Anderson.
Yeah, Tim Anderson. Yeah, he's modern day Jimmy. I mean, that's a fun team.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, does baseball ever get back to a national?
Probably not. Unfortunately,
because you totally awakened something in me when you played that Kirk Gibson cut. Because now I'm thinking back and I remembered, oh my God, people, they loved it, man.
Yeah, the world was watching
the game.
it.
The world,
it's the World Series, yeah.
And you imagine on the biggest stage, the world, he's got one leg, one knee, and he hits a freaking off of Eckersley, who was unhittable.
Right, exactly.
Like that theater is one of the most amazing. That's still probably the most amazing play in any sport I saw. In a moment.
Yeah, with all the injuries, I would think that's probably right.
Everything on the line, the injuries, the team that you were playing. Wow.
Yeah.
Chuck. Let's get it started on the phones. You're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Chuck, hey.
Hey, Tunis and Anthony. Good morning.
What's going on?
Yeah, I'm saddened by the news for sure. You know, a lot of people out here are. Vince Scully, I mean, legend gets as a word that gets thrown around too much probably, but you talk about a true legend. This man broadcasted the World Series in 1953 at 25 years old.
Wow.
NBC.
How amazing is that?
A World Series between the Yankees and the Dodgers that featured Mickey Mantle, Yogi Berra, Jackie Robinson, Roy Campanella. I mean, I could go on, but I mean, just incredible career, incredible life. The greatest of all time for sure.
Yeah, man. He was, I mean, those tones, right? Like his voice and the storytelling. It's amazing how, he would come in. And how lucid he was at the end. Like he's doing games up to a few years ago.
I know. Yeah, my God. If I could be, 64 years old and be that with it, I'll be happy.
I know, man.
Look, it was a good day. It was a really good day for the Phillies. We talked about it yesterday. I like it. Neither Syndergaard nor Marsh is an all-star level player, but like given our deficiencies and how costly Herrera has been, I think these two moves plus Robertson, I think they make us a lot better, Anthony.
I do too. I do too. I think listen, we know you can know the playoff teams, right? You got the Mets and the Braves and the Dodgers and the Padres, right? You got the Cardinals to contend with in Milwaukee. But I think you're in that mix. You're in the mix with those other two teams. If you just get in, I don't know. You know what? You know how baseball is. Stuff like that happens.
Exactly. And one last thing about Marsh that I didn't mention yesterday. He is 24 years old, so like Ruben Amaro was talking about his upside. He could continue to get a lot better, so that's encouraging to hear. And look, the Dodgers and the Padres are obviously the front runners. It's going to take a lot to beat them, but like you said, man, we're in the mix. Let's have some fun. Let's get behind these guys and get back to the postseason, boys.
I like it, Chucky. Great call, buddy. Good talking to you, man. All right, time for some morning thoughts.
Wake up, Philadelphia! No! God, please, no! No!
Time now for morning thoughts.
Hey, lady! Shut up! Will you just shut your trap? Shut up!
Please go away. Let me sleep for the love of God. Yo, cuz, what were you thinking about this morning?
Well, I'm going to give you the honors today because I know you already teased
it, yes.
Your morning thought, which had me like, all right. So I'll let you go first. I'll go second.
Well, I'm sure not many people know the feeling of what the weather was at 4:50 this morning. But I was out and about at 10:05 this morning, Ant. And you talked about how crazy the weather was yesterday and how it started to cool off when the sun went down. Well, it stayed cool. And it was 69 degrees when I was out running. And I'm not making the old joke, but it was 69 degrees outside this morning. And, dude, it got me thinking, man. It got me thinking of the autumn winds. And that was honestly, dude, I was running around the neighborhood this morning. And that's all I could think of because I got sweaty from running, and then a breeze kicked up, and I was like, "Oh man, it's a little chilly." Now, as the sun was coming up, it obviously started getting warmer right away. But dude, I feel like
it's close, man.
I feel like I got that first taste, which is weird because it's gonna be 90 today,
98 tomorrow.
But dude, I don't know, man. This morning, it just it kind of hit me, and I was like, "Oh, we're getting there, man."
Yeah, you know what's funny is that July was really difficult. People are rightly so. All right, rightly so, because I wished away the whole summer.
Yes.
Oh, the minute the Sixers are out in the playoffs,
you were hitting the button.
I was like, I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it. So summer didn't even begin. It was just after Memorial Day, and I'm already talking about football. So I am completely guilty, and you're right. Everything you say about, you're an idiot, right? You wish away the summer. You're right on. And now that we're here, I want to kind of slow it down.
Yep.
Right? Because we got camp.
Yeah, I don't like fast forwarding.
Enjoy August. I like August because it starts to kind of taper a little bit. Heat starts to taper off a little,
I felt it this
little
morning,
bit.
Man.
It's going to be crazy. It's going to be nasty over the next, week or two. But it's close.
Yeah, dude, it was nice. When I did the run last week, same time, it was soup. Like, I walked outside. I was sweating before I even took my first jog, my first step. But this morning, dude, it was like, oh, man, I'm getting a taste of football weather. That's one of my favorite things about the start of the football season is also the weather, man. Like, I love that weather. It is really nice.
I mean, it's the best. Like football weather is the greatest.
That first crisp breeze.
Yeah. Yeah, and even like the heat itself, I get it, but there is that moment where it starts to creep in. Oh my God. Like
that was my morning thought.
That's a great. Guess what?
Because I felt it, right? I walked out, eyes were still crusty, and I was like, "Dude, this is nice."
Dude, I'm impressed. You're getting up at 4:30.
Well, yeah, baby helps a little bit.
Right.
If I don't get up at 4:30, I'm getting up at 5, so I might as well just get up a little earlier.
I'll text you because that's my writing hour.
Like my alarm went off 4:30 today, and I was like, maybe I'll close my eyes, and then I immediately heard him stirring. I was like, nah, I'm getting out. You got this, Christy.
The one thing I always curse is the need for sleep. Listen, I like to sleep, but
yeah,
I wish we could do without it.
You wish you could be like Tom Brady in that commercial where you plug in because he's a robot.
Yes.
And you can just plug in, recharge.
Yes.
I could sit here, do the show. I got an outlet right here.
Right. I got so much to do. I'm like, all right, I got to do this. I wish there was no sleep. You didn't have to.
Yeah, that'd be nice, but you do have to, unfortunately. But yeah, I wish I could avoid it too. That'd be nice. A nap. I'll take a nap every once in a while. It feels nice. You wake up from a nap. You're like, oh, this is good.
Yeah. So my morning thought is off of what you told me. Because I can't even remember what I was thinking this morning, to be honest with you.
I've been there.
I don't even remember. But my thought will be this. Because you brought up Tom. And you told me that Tom dips his pizza in the ranch.
Yes. And I told him to pipe down or the KGP would come after him. Now, nobody knew you were in Italy, but I know you got voices or you got ears listening at all times.
Right.
And so we dumped the audio so that you couldn't send over your troops.
Well, one of the things that I'm doing is it's a pizza brigade, man. And the protection of pizza.
You're going to lock a lot of people up?
Yes. It's...
Now, can I ask you something? Can I ask you something?
And real quick, and then you ask me. But if you think I'm bad, dude, those people, when it comes to their food, so I'm doing this whole project about it, right? So anyway, these people, I got no. What the hell?
Are you putting like crushed red pepper on it or something?
I wanted pepperoncino, right? So their pepperoncino is more in the oil.
Okay.
But it's hot pepper in a pepper. It's like pepper oil, right? The pepperoncino. And I wanted some. I wanted some heat. No, for a pasta.
Oh, okay.
No. I got no. You don't do that.
It's like you spit in his face when you said it.
Yeah, like they don't. They want to talk about rules, and there's certain things, man, you do not do. And they look at you and how you order. Like if you don't have a glass of wine with pasta, you're like uncivilized. You're just animal. Like what? Like how could you not? You don't want a glass of wine with pasta?
So
if they look at you, man. Like they want to lock you up.
So if Tom went out there and asked for a cup of ranch,
he would put him in jail.
Okay, so now let me ask you. This is my question because I've done the ranch before. I've done all this kind of stuff before. I've done the General Tso's pizza, right? Which obviously you're not going to have that in Italy. But what if you order takeout from a local establishment like I did with Christy a couple weeks ago, and it's not that good, right? Like the pizza's not that good. So there were what were we having? We also had like hot wing, right? And I dipped a piece of pizza in the hot sauce. And dude, it was delicious. Because here's the deal, the pizza itself was not that good. You know some of the local joints, right? In the Hill and the Sewell area. Like some of them lack taste. And so I dipped it in the hot sauce, and it was pretty good. It was it added a little bit something to it because there wasn't much taste to begin with. So if you're getting a bad piece, is it all right to junk up a bad slice? I'm not going to not eat it. Like, I paid for it. I'm going to eat it.
Yeah, I get that.
Like, it was not good.
It was not really that bad?
It was just kind of like, I took a bite and I was like, this is disappointing. Because I really wanted I wanted a nice pie,
The way I dress up pizza is different. Like, first of all, you can never hot sauce.
Yeah, dude, it was good.
I would junk it up with.
Because it had that salty taste.
Onion
there was a
salt
kick.
or onion salt or garlic salt or oregano or hot pepper. Like I would try to spice it up.
I got you.
To get it through, or maybe even heat it. Like the other thing you could do is you spice it up and you put it in the oven to heat it up. You guys, listen.
It wasn't even that. It wasn't even that. It was because we picked up. We didn't do delivery, right? We picked up, so it was still fresh in the box, but it lacked taste. And so the hot sauce gave it like a little extra salty taste to it, a little kick to it.
Yeah, I mean, that's a violation.
You go violate, even though the slice wasn't good.
Nah, you can't.
I wouldn't do it to a nice slice.
I listen. You're a respectful lawbreaker, so I'm not going to throw the book at you.
I'm not going to respectful lawbreak. I got a good lawyer.
I'm not going to just throw away the key. But dude, you can't do that.
It was good, man. I'll be honest. It made it better.
Here's the thing: is you got to go to a better place.
Well, now I know. I'm not going to go back to that place for pizza.
You got to tell me what it is.
Everything else is good.
Yeah,
just not the pizza.
Dude, I don't think it's just the pizza's ridiculous. There, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I don't know what the hell is. It's ridiculous. It's the tomatoes.
Listen, I got my favorite places that I know are good, but we wanted to try something different. It wasn't good, and that was a mistake on my part for wanting to try something new.
I got to go into the protection of pizza, though. I'm sorry.
Well, Tom is here today, so are we gonna call him in for questioning?
At some point, I might levy charges. He'll have to go through the grand jury. (610-632-0975).
Some of your rules, man.
Yeah, well, I know we're working on something.
Yes, we are. Have it in the notes on my phone. See, what day did I type this out? This is what I was on vacation. This is how my brain works. June 25th. Oh, here's an idea.
I do the same thing, dude. In my notes, I do the same thing. We got to the broadcasters. Here's what I want to do. I want to talk about different broadcasters in sports. Celebrate Vince Scully. We're talking about the Phillies moves. And now the question is baseball. You guys remember, the older guys, about when baseball, do I have it right that it was close to football? Like it wasn't, nothing's Super Bowl and nothing's, but it was close to football. Like it was the national sport more than today is a regional sport, which I thought made it better. I want to discuss that. Cuz Radio Tunis. Let's talk about the Bet Parks app. You can bet on baseball any different way you want with the Bet Parks app. And, of course, you can bet all you want with the NFL futures. You got win totals. You got how many touchdowns a quarterback will throw or how many touchdowns a receiver will catch. How many yards for a running back? I mean, it's unbelievable what you got right now. It's a million ways to have some fun for the upcoming NFL season. Check out the all-new Bet Parks app. It looks great. It's fabulous. You're going to absolutely love it. And you sign up, you use the code FANATIC, and that'll get you started with a risk-free bet up to $750. The Bet Parks app, what an app. You're going to absolutely love everything. Same-game parlays. You got all the props you want, any which way to bet. It's fantastic. Bet Parks app. Just remember, when you download, you got to be in New Jersey or Pennsylvania. You got to be 21. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fanatic Sports Updates.
Phil's add to the team. I'm Andrew Saltunis, and this update is brought to you by Wawa Siptopia. Welcome back to Wawa Siptopia, your handcrafted beverage happy place. Enjoy smoothies, refreshers, hot and iced lattes, or try the new frozen coffee and frozen refreshers. gotta have a Wawa. The Phillies made a few moves before yesterday's trade deadline. They bolstered the starting rotation, bullpen, and their overall lineup. They acquired Brandon Marsh, an outfielder from the Angels. Rob Thompson already saying that he will be the starting center fielder for the Phillies. The team also DFA'd Odubel Herrera, so that's addition by subtraction there. Also, George Familia, no longer a member of the Phillies, and they added to the bullpen by trading for David Robertson. Yes, the David Robertson that was here a couple years ago and only made a handful of appearances. He is back. He has a sub-3 ERA this season for what was the Chicago Cubs. And Noah Syndergaard was also acquired from the Angels. He will make his debut tomorrow night for the Phillies, as will Brandon Marsh. David Robertson is available tonight. Phillies have not tonight, this afternoon. Phillies have an afternoon game against the Atlanta Braves. They got beat up yesterday by the Braves. Hopefully it's a different result today. Keep it locked here in The Fanatic for all the latest news and information. I'm Andrew Saltunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
Anthony Gargano, weekdays 10 to 2 on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, it's John Kincaid here for my friends at Window Nation, and it's back to school time, and Window Nation can help you get an A+ in savings right now. Get 2 free windows for every 2 that you buy with 0% interest until 2024. That's like free scholarship money. You can use it towards your kids' school supplies or treat yourself, because Window Nation savings, we're going to keep on coming. The temperatures are going to soar. Your energy bills go with it when you have old, inefficient windows. Why don't you stay cool? Lower the bills, raise the value of your home, get those new energy-efficient windows. Window Nation has installed over 1 million windows expertly, rewarding and increasing value in over 150,000 homes, all with over 96% needing no follow-up service. Now that's an A+. It's your turn to make the smart choice. Go to the head of the class. Get 2 free windows for every 2 that you buy. Buy 4, get 4 free. There's no limit. Plus, pay 0% interest until 2024. No homework's needed for this one. Set up a free in-home consultation today, and you're going to save big during Window Nation's back-to-school sale. Call today at 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com. 866-90NATION. Window Nation's the perfect fit. Tell them Kincaid sent you.
Hi, it's Cuz. Is your summer weight loss plan not working out as well as you hope? Look, hope is not a strategy. This is what you got to do. Contact njdiet.com today. They will contractually guarantee you will lose 20 to 40 plus pounds in only 40 days. Just go to njdiet.com. Their program starts with bioenergetically personalized supplements that are based on your saliva, your hair, and your blood work. And then NJ Diet uses DNA testing to create your ideal diet plan and workout regimen to help you keep the weight off. You're not sure you can do it alone? NJ Diet's with you every step of the way. You're fully monitored by their certified staff to make sure you're burning fat, not just losing water. You'll also get the doctor's personal email and phone number. NJ Diet is committed to you keeping the weight off. It's all natural, no shots, no hormones, no surgery, no prepackaged foods. Locations close by: Newark, Delaware, King of Prussia, Cherry Hill. Worldwide live online video consultations. Call them. 855-5NJ-DIET or go to njdiet.com. That's njdiet.com and lose the weight for good.
Are you a skilled carpenter with a creative side? Are you tired of not being challenged, appreciated, or just hate going to your current job? If so, Valley Grove Construction is looking for you. We keep our carpenters engaged and motivated by doing a variety of work. We provide a safe and entertaining work environment, so our carpenters look forward to coming in each day. If you're looking to earn top dollar and join a company that will truly value your talent, please apply today. That's valleygroveconstruction.com and click on the Join Our Team link, valleygroveconstruction.com.
Hi, Bobby.
Hey, Sarah. The usual.
This is the last time I'm coming here for coffee. I'm on a budget now.
1 sec. Cold brew for Blake?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sarah, don't give up what you love. State Farm has policy options to get you a surprisingly great rate.
Good. I need my iced oat milk latte with caramel and cinnamon on top.
Girl, me too. For surprisingly great rates, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today.
Hi, this is Neil Hartman, Senior Director of Rowan University's Center for Sports Communication and Social Impact. On behalf of all the students, faculty, and staff at Rowan University, we would like to congratulate Hunter Brody on his new position at 97.5 The Fanatic. If you're interested in a similar career path, come visit us for a Rowan University campus tour. Experience Rowan and our sports communication and media program at rowan.edu.
In the wee hours of the night, when everyone else is fast asleep, you're the one on third shift, burning the midnight oil. When a part fails and everything comes to a grinding halt, regardless of what the clock on the wall says, you leap into action. Grainger is with you and all the ones who get it done. With 24/7 customer support by phone or click to chat. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
Of course I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser Sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
It's a fact. Only 0.001% of people will ever step up to the plate as a pro baseball player. For the rest of us, there's BetRivers.com Sportsbook app. Featuring same-game parlays, you can combine the excitement of different bets all from the same game. Totals? Bet 'em. Spreads? Bet 'em. Player props? It's a home run. Download the BetRivers.com Sportsbook app today. It's a whole new game.
Presented by Rivers Casino, Pittsburgh. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 975thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, and now on Odyssey. More of the Anthony Gargano Show now.
On 97.5 The Fanatic.
11:30 across the Delaware Valley. Cuz Radio Tunis. Kevin the Gandhi going to join us. Love Kevin. In 10 minutes. Tomorrow, we got a great topic for you, too, that we want to get into. So, I was, we were going to do it today, but with Vince Scully passes, I mean, that's, again, that's a legend. I can't believe Bill Russell and, Vince Scully, man. I mean, Titans.
Yeah, definitely. In the sporting community, we've talked about all the Hollywood actors that have unfortunately passed away recently. I mean,
isn't it weird? Like, it's like almost like a rash.
Yeah, it's like a lot of big names happening,
Yeah, is that? I don't remember it usually like that, right? Like this year has been an odd year that way. No? Or?
Yeah, I mean, usually at the end of like the Oscars, right? They always do the in memoriam, and you see a lot of big names that unfortunately pass away. But I just feel like it's been more and more right now. Maybe it's all because it's happening right around the same time. Maybe that's what it is, or maybe it's because look, a lot of the guys that passed away were like that was a genre of movies and TV shows. Right, like you had Sopranos, you had Goodfellas, and you had The Godfather.
Yes.
Like that's a genre.
Exactly.
That many main pieces are unfortunately passed away. Now, you talk about titans in sports. Like Vince Scully is a titan when it comes to baseball. Bill Russell, a titan when it comes to basketball.
I mean, my God, it was funny. I was talking to my buddy Ace, right? My buddy Angelo Borghese. So Ace was saying, don't you remember the time we met Bill Russell in Boston? And I forgot. And we were so Pat Croce, Pat had us. We went on a trip with the Sixers, right? So we go to Boston. And this is like Iverson 2000, and we were at dinner at this restaurant, and who's there but Ray Auerbach and Bill Russell.
Wow, okay.
And what was cool? Bill Russell, they were walking into the restaurant, and Bill Russell had Red Auerbach by the arm. So he was walking Red Auerbach to the table.
Okay.
Because Red Auerbach was older, right?
Yeah.
Right? And so this is like 20 years ago. And he's walking them slowly to the restaurant, which I thought was like beautiful.
Yeah, that's cool.
Right? Like just completely beautiful. And Pat knew Bill Russell well, calls him over. And I forgot because I think we were drinking, right? So,
okay.
Pat, we were.
That adds to memory loss.
Right? Like, because Ace goes, do you remember how great he was? I was like, now that you say it, I kind of do. He goes,
bit of a fog.
He was like, yeah, because Pat's got beers on the plane and it's shots. He's doing, I'm like, what the? Then he's got wine. Anyway, Bill Russell comes over and he's like, he was like the consummate gentleman. He's like, pleasure to meet you. And he was like really just like a beautiful guy. I'm like, wow, like Bill Russell. Pretty amazing.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And he was
it's good to know when
I remember
people are
him
good
as
people.
he was joking because I remember him as a broadcaster. Like
Right.
I didn't know him as a player. I knew him as this broadcaster. And, again, it goes back to the Celtic broadcast.
Yeah, of course.
Amazing.
But it's nice when you find out that
That was
Titans
Vince
like
Scully,
that
dude.
are good people. Yeah.
I'd never forget. Every time I met him, he would say, hey, hey, Anthony. I'm like, wow, man. Like, Vince Scully knows who you are. Like, that's nice.
You want to hear the Wolf story?
Yes, please.
The beauty of Vince Scully that he's still doing play-by-play while telling his story.
Yes.
Johnny, to make the understatement of the day, has had a very tough life. We can give you maybe one or two stories. We don't want to get into too much of the privacy area. Let's start when he was 12. He was doing work on his grandmother's house, and a hired hand showed up with a wolf on a leash. Here's the 2-0 pitch. 2-1. Anyway, Johnny loved dogs. He had never owned one, though he had no idea about how serious a wolf might be. So he walked up to the wolf, and the man hollered at him, "No, it's a real wolf. Don't pet it." The 2-1 pitch in. Well, the man ties up the wolf, goes around the corner to mend the fence, and Johnny goes back to the wolf, saying something like, "Oh, I'll talk to him, and it'll be great." And the wolf attacks him, has knocked him down on his chest, just about ready to devour him. 2-2 pitch, check swing, no swing, ball 3. Johnny suddenly, totally and completely relaxed. He was done. He knew it. And whatever he did by relaxing, the wolf decided, I don't have a rival here. And the wolf got off his chest. Johnny got up and walked away. Ground ball by the diving Turner, and the base hit by Johnny Gomes. So a 1-out single left by the Wolfman. And
wow.
I mean,
are you kidding? First of all, the story's a great story.
It's a great story.
But the way he tells it is incredible.
And by the way, here's a 2-2 pitch. Like, just natural.
Just a little outside.
And that's summer right there.
That is summer.
You know what I mean?
Johnny.
Hot, lazy day.
Johnny, whatever he did, he relaxed. And the wolf knew it. And the wolf got off his chest.
Said he didn't have a rival here.
Johnny got up and walked away. First of all, what a story. Second of all, how does he just know? Like, I'm done. Like, so I just. That's it?
That's it. You just kind of
like you
take
succumb,
me now, I guess.
You succumb to I'm going to die by getting eaten by a wolf. I'm going to be devoured by a wolf.
That sucks.
And he just went,
all right.
So be it, Johnny Gomes. Really? That's an unbelievable story.
There's another one I'll try to get the audio for.
All right. I want to hear it.
Drewster sent me the actual, the manuscript from it, but I'm not gonna do a disservice to Vince Scully. But when Madison Bumgarner killed a snake.
All right, we got to hear that. I got to get that one. Doug, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Hello, Doug.
Hey, what's up, gentlemen? How you doing?
Hey, Dougie. What you say, pal?
I wanted to talk about, we're about the same age, Ant, so I was around, too, when baseball was as popular as, football. And first of all, I'd like to say I like the Phillies deal. Just to not have to root for Odubel Herrera no more is a win, regardless. I can root for the whole team now. But we were about the same age. And baseball, do you remember Sunday, the afternoon games with Joe Garaggioli?
Saturdays, yes.
Yes. The game
I remember the Saturday game of the week. Yes.
Yes.
Joe Garagiola and Tony Kubek.
Yes, and they had the highlights. Do you remember how, on Monday Night Football, you'd have the football highlights?
Yeah.
On Saturday, they'd have the baseball highlights. They would talk about around the league, and I remember...
That was... But wasn't that the greatest show? When I was a kid, you had to have watched this, Doug.
Yes.
This Week in Baseball, Twib.
Exactly. With Joe Brad Show. It's awesome.
Wait, Judas, you got to get me the soundtrack because it had. You remember the sound? It was Ozzie Smith.
Yes. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was the best.
Yeah, and then they would also do the playoff games. I remember getting home from school, and Joe and them would have the playoff games in the afternoon. You couldn't wait to get off the bus to go see a baseball game. And then the two other ones from my childhood, I know what you will love, is Brent Musburger and Keith Jackson.
You kidding me?
That was our childhood, Anthony.
Oh, my God. It's like you fell in love with sports, man. College football. What?
Yeah, the Michigan State Wolverines, when you would hear Keith Jackson come on. It was amazing. And to give homage to Scully, did you ever see the movie The Love of the Game with Kevin Costner?
Yes.
He stole that movie.
Yes.
When he would tell stories the whole movie about the Costner character retiring, Billy.
Yes.
And that was the best part. My wife would go, "What do you?" I shush her. She goes, "Well, the announcer. It's the best part of the movie, hon. Listen to him tell
Oh, my God, yes. Oh, what a call, Doug. Great call, man. Thank you, buddy.
I had such a weird soft spot for that movie, dude.
Yeah,
I know it's more love story than baseball.
Yeah, I agree. But no, I
hanging on to the game for dear life.
Listen, I hear
John C. Reilly was the perfect.
He was great.
Mediocre catcher.
He was awesome.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I agree. I actually agree with you. I'm right there with you. I know because Kevin and I, we live parallel lives because we're on the same age and we had similar childhoods. Like especially every time I talk to Kevin, I feel like I'm talking to like a long lost brother. There he is from ESPN, ABC, a great sportsman, and, of course, local man done well. Our man, Kevin Nagandi, on the Comcast Business Hotline. Kev!
Man, welcome back, my man. I hope the trip was great.
Thank you, brother. I really appreciate it. You and I, it's so funny because every time I talk to you, I think we live these parallel childhoods, right? Like our lives, very similar, around the same age. We have the same exact interest, and I always think of you like this long-lost brother that I never met because you up until we became adults. And because our shared experiences growing up here are so similar. And I was talking about baseball, and do you remember when we were kids, like baseball, World Series and all, that was like the whole world was watching.
Yeah, man. There was like a charming, nostalgic. I read somewhere today about Vin. Somebody said that whenever you listen to him, you were listening to the history of baseball. And I was like, wow, that sums it up really well, the late, great Vin Scully, because he knows the history. And baseball is about today, but it's also the measurement about the past and reminiscing about the past. And you're right. In the 80s, it was the thing. It was the game of the week on NBC, right? I just remember on Saturdays, you're like, oh, gosh. And it was like This Week in Baseball with Mel Allen in the mornings on Saturdays after cartoons. So I'm 100% with you. And when I hear about Vin and the greatness of Vin through the years for the Dodger fan base and all the things he did nationally in the 70s and 80s, and he's on the call with the catch, I think that it makes me so thankful that we grew up with the voice of Harry Kalas, because in the backyard, I'm like Schmidt with my butt wagon. The broadcast of the hit is Harry Kalas in my head.
Schmitty.
And the Michael Jack Schmidt out of here. And Harry had the same kind of following that Vin had, right? Like he did NFL Films, the Sunday morning, the Sable Family, where he was, talking about games early on with his, the voiceovers when we would get ready in the mornings before NFL football. I was to this day, I look at how thankful I was to be in the broadcast booth as an intern, as a 20-year-old with Channel 17 with Harry and Whitey for a semester while they called
Oh,
games.
my
In
God.
the back bench, giving them stats from the truck. And, when I think of Vin, I just think of Harry immediately and how lucky we were in that city to be associated, and that for him to be on the call in 2008. Yeah, I feel for the entire Dodger fan base because he's the voice in their head that connected generation after generation.
Yeah, man.
Decade, you know?
But you know what's interesting, too, is that he was, I mean, and you know this, like, having been around these guys, like, he was such a prince. First time I covered a game at Dodger Stadium, I was telling the story that I'm behind him in the cafeteria, and I introduced myself to him, you know, like a fanboy type of thing. And from that moment on, every time I was working in New York, and every time that I would be at Dodger Stadium or I'd see him on the road, he would always, you know, hi, Anthony, remembered my name. And I remember thinking, that, like, what an amazing man, like that he could, you know, remember people and make them feel good about themselves.
Yeah, you know, and to your point, Ed, like, he made you feel like he was talking to you and you only, right? Like,
yes.
There was no one else around. And there's a certain magic about that not many people master, especially when you get to the stage where he was, where literally, Ed, like, there was about 10 years ago, I was sitting there listening to a Dodger game while I was, you know, in the newsroom, you know, writing for a show. And I'm not kidding, like, he was doing play-by-play in color, and there was no one else in the booth. And I was like, this is incredible. He's telling me a story while calling the count and not missing a beat on the play and then just picking up where he left off on the story. And there was no one else to give him a breather. There was no one. It was just 3 hours of phenomenal storytelling. And we'll never have anybody as great as Vin Scully. We were really lucky to hear him in his prime and also hear him later on in the later stages. And when you hear these famous calls, wrap up your point about it, because you bring up a great conversation that you had with him. But he was a prince. He was the measurement, not just as a professional, but as a person. When you could be at the highest level, as he was, the greatest, I think, play-by-play broadcaster ever, and then still be quite normal and a gentleman through and through to anybody and everyone he met, it just speaks volumes.
You know what's wild too, Kev, is that baseball's a game of breath, right? Like, it's the ultimate game for two people to have a conversation. And he did it alone. And that's where you brought the storytelling. We played one where he talked about Johnny Gomes getting bit by a wolf. And I mean, it's unbelievable, the skill, the story, the communication skill to be able to do that.
Every single night. And for any aspiring broadcasters that want to get into play-by-play, calling baseball games is the hardest thing to do because of the breaks in action. And you got to fill the space. And also, innately, there's a need that you think you need to fill the space. So it's finding out when it's okay to be quiet, when it's okay to jump in, when it's okay to let the crowd speak for the play. It is extremely, like, it's maybe like the tightest tightrope walk you can imagine, and you're doing it for 3 hours. And it's a master class every time he was on the air broadcasting a game, regardless of the sport.
And you know, it's funny because baseball had so many of those guys, right? Like, we talk about Harry for us. And I remember I moved to Chicago. And interestingly, it's funny. When I was in Chicago, Greeny had moved to Chicago from New York. And he was working at a radio station. And I was a writer, so I was working for a newspaper. And Harry Carey was like was their guy. And I remember thinking, I don't get it. I understand he was like a character and and he would do his thing. And but it's all about having grown up with these people, these voices, right? Like, still the Mets used to have a guy, and the Yankees and all those, all these teams had their own guy that in those towns. Or was it Ernie? Who's the guy in Detroit? Ernie Harwell.
Ernie Harwell.
Yeah.
Ernie Harwell. Ralph Kiner with the Mets.
Yeah.
John Stern right now with the Yankees. They all have their quirkiness.
Yeah.
And Ed, the measuring stick was not if they were great, because there were different types of greatness, right?
Right. Like Vince Scully, Harry Callis were like elite broadcasters, too.
Who could do anything, right?
Right.
Who could transfer the same exact skill set to any sport. And then there were the guys like the Kiners, and you brought up Harry Carey, who you made a connection with because it was a shared moment, right? And that's a completely different thing. I beamed with pride whenever I heard Harry's voice on NFL film.
Me too.
Because I was like, the national world, like hearing, his voice, the voice that we get to hear every single night,
Dude, it's so true. It's so true. And then, it's funny, this conversation gets on the national guys, right? So you start talking about, the legends like Keith Jackson. And I was thinking about you, like, you think about a Saturday, a college football Saturday, and dude, like, there you are, manning, like, the country's, like that's freaking awesome.
And I appreciate that.
Dude, like, that's awesome.
So it makes me happy as I get ready for year number 6 doing it in studio on ABC. And
think about that. Like, you got Herbie and all the games, and they're going back to you, dude. Like, that's freaking great.
Thank you, Ant. It's fun, and I love it. And I always tell everybody, make sure you love what you do, because every day you go to work, but it's not a job. And I'm lucky to call this work every single Saturday during college football. And, we get ultimately the best games with our ABC schedule.
Oh, my God.
So
I need we got to do a college football. I'm going to start breaking your stones like every week, because I think we're getting close, brother. We're getting close, and I can't wait for this season.
We're a month away, and I've got a lot to share with you guys whenever you want to talk about it and what to look forward to, which players, and who could surprise you. I can't wait for this conversation.
It's going to be unbelievable. I love you, buddy. You're the greatest.
Love you too, Ant.
Here he is, Kevin the Gandhi on the Comcast Business Hotline. Oh, dude, I kind of want to geek out with him every week.
Oh, we should.
I want to geek out with all the college football this year.
Yeah, it's gonna be
with
fun.
all the quarterbacks.
It's a big part of it.
Yeah.
I found the Bumgarner snake story.
No, you didn't.
Yes.
Oh, I want to hear it.
It's great.
All right, I want you. All I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes as long as you're not driving, and the first broadcaster that comes to mind. I want you to kind of give me a little ode to, like who's playing, who's the voice of the soundtrack. All right, of the video playing in your mind's eye. Who's doing the voice? I want to hear it. I want you to tell me about it. Tell the Tunis about it. It's Cuz Ready with the Tunis right here, 97.5 The Fanatic. Let's talk a little Golden Nugget Jewelers, because that is where Philly gets engaged. Golden Nugget Jewelers, amazing. Right in the corner of 8th and Chestnut. If you're thinking about getting an engagement ring, go no further. You're going to go see my man, Yaron, right in the heart of Jewelers Row. You're going to absolutely love him. He's just fantastic. I mean, the whole crew there, they have the widest selection of diamonds. They have all the settings with the designers like Verraggio and Tacori, and they're going to put everything together, and they have all kinds of payment plans, and there's options for you to get the ring of your dreams that's going to make her just, break down and just cry. Like, she's going to love it, man. They're going to give her the thing for such a big moment in your life. You got to go to the best. Go to Golden Nugget Jewelers right on the corner of 8th and Chestnut. Check them out, goldennuggetjewelry.com. Golden Nugget Jewelers, where Philly gets engaged.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Some deadline deals. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by Bally's Atlantic City. Experience Bally's Atlantic City's brand new Carousel Bar, the only 360-degree rotating bar in New Jersey. Visit Bally'sAC.com. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Phillies didn't make a big splash. Obviously, look, Juan Soto went to the San Diego Padres. That's a pretty splashy move. But the Phillies did improve in all three areas they needed to improve: outfield, starting pitching, and bullpen. They acquired Brandon Marsh, outfielder from the LA Angels. They also acquired Noah Noah Syndergaard from the Angels. He's going to make his debut on the mound for the Phillies tomorrow. They also acquired reliever David Robertson from the Chicago Cubs. Yes, that David Robertson who made a handful of outings a couple of years ago before he got hurt and never came back. He has a sub-3 ERA this year for Chicago, so that's a nice piece to add to the bullpen. He will be available for today's game. Phillies have an afternoon game against the Atlanta Braves. Yesterday was game 1 of their 2-game series. It didn't go well. We won't even talk about it. Keep it locked right in The Fanatic for all the latest news and information. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
It's the Cuz, Anthony Gargano. Weekdays 10 to 2 on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, it's John Kincaid here from my friends at Window Nation, and it's back to school time. And Window Nation can help you get an A+ in savings right now. Get 2 free windows for every 2 that you buy with 0% interest until 2024. That's like free scholarship money. You can use it towards your kids' school supplies or treat yourself. Because Window Nation savings, we're going to keep on coming. The temperatures are going to soar. Your energy bills go with it when you have old, inefficient windows. Why don't you stay cool? Lower the bills, raise the value of your home, get those new energy-efficient windows. Window Nation has installed over 1 million windows expertly, rewarding and increasing value in over 150,000 homes, all with over 96% needing no follow-up service. Now that's an A+. It's your turn to make the smart choice. Go to the head of the class. Get 2 free windows for every 2 that you buy. Buy 4, get 4 free. There's no limit. Plus, pay 0% interest until 2024. No homework's needed for this one. Set up a free in-home consultation today, and you're going to save big during Window Nation's back-to-school sale. Call today at 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com. 866-90NATION. Window Nation's the perfect fit. Tell them Kincaid sent you.
Fred Beans here from Fred Beans Family of Dealerships. This August marks our 47th anniversary. I've authorized all our general managers to do whatever it takes to make a deal. We've loaded our lots with the best new and used car inventory, and you can be sure our anniversary prices are the best, like 0 down payment, financing or leasing, and up to $2,000 over book value for your trade. See why it's better at the #1 automotive group in the Philadelphia area during our 47th anniversary sales event. Online at fredbeans.com.
Call 267-454-6814 for full details.
At SS Industries in Collegeville, PA, you'll find amazing people doing great work. SS Industries is the premier manufacturer of both straight and spiral stairs, as well as sliding artistic doors in the U.S. Offering competitive pay and benefits, a secure future, and growth opportunities with on-the-job training, SS Industries is actively hiring for welders, woodworkers, and several other roles. On Wednesday, August 10th, they're going to be conducting on-the-spot interviews at their Collegeville location from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. For more info or directions, go to ss.industries. That's ss.industries and click on careers.
Training camp is well underway, and the BetParks app has so many opportunities for you to be able to cash in if you're a visionary. Those futures bets right now are looking very, very tasty on our hometown birds. Are you thinking about it? What if I told you can have a risk-free bet as a new customer for up to $750 just for using the promo code Kincaid? Download the BetParks app. You've got to be 21 years old. You got to be in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Eagle Shows presents the Oaks Gun Show. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center in Oaks. Don't miss one of the region's largest gun shows with over 1,500 tables. Buy, sell, or trade. From guns, rifles, pistols, and ammo to military surplus, uniforms, medals, and more. The Oaks Gun Show. This weekend only at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center in Oaks. Minutes off Route 422 in Oaks, PA. Friday 1 to 7, Saturday 9 to 5, and Sunday 9 to 4. Tickets are just $13 a day. Or get a 3-day pass for $30. Get yours at the door or visit eagleshows.com.
At CSL Plasma, you can make up to $825 this month when you donate plasma at any of CSL Plasma's tri-state area donation centers. That's money you get on a reloadable prepaid card for doing a good deed. Plasma donations help create therapies to treat patients with rare and serious diseases, and donations are needed now more than ever. The donation process is a lot like donating blood, with a nice chunk of change in your pocket when you're done. As a thank you for your time, you don't need an appointment to donate. Walk-ins are welcome.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're speaking another language, like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Are you a self-proclaimed introvert?
Oh, 100%.
You'll love Bite. You can align your teeth with confidence without ever having to leave your home.
No dentist visits?
Not when you order clear teeth aligners from Bite.com. That's BYTE.com. Bite's at-home treatment plans are doctor-directed and start as low as $82 a month. Order your at-home impression kit for just $14.95. That's over 80% off. Just visit Bite.com. That's BYTE.com. Start your clear aligner journey with Bite.
Hey guys, it's Andrew. Start the second part of the baseball season by turning Ks into cash and big hits into big wins with FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge. Now new customers can step up to the plate and make a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. Just sign up with promo code Fanatic, place your first bet, and FanDuel will give you $1,000 back in free bets if you don't win. FanDuel has so many great promotions, and I love when I win because I get paid faster than a fastball right down the middle of the plate, and you're going to get a lot of good fastballs from Zach Wheeler today. I think the Fightins bounce back against Atlanta for the second game of this series, especially after last night's debacle. So go with the Fightins tonight, and of course, maybe look at a couple of tickets for them making the playoffs. New to FanDuel is no better place to bet America's pastime than on America's #1 sportsbook. So download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up using promo code Fanatic to get started with your no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. Must be 21 plus and present in PA. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as knowledge-dropable site credit that expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Behind the bag, it gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it. If one picture is worth 1,000 words, you have seen about 1,000,000 words.
Oh, my God. Doesn't that give you chills?
That's awesome.
Hey, one quick thing before we get back all the conversation. So, the bro sends me some pictures of Thor, right? Noah Syndergaard, as a youngster.
Okay.
All right? He's playing basketball and he's playing baseball. And, dude, I did a double take. I was like, I'm looking at the pictures, and bro has alopecia, right? So he has no hair. And in the pictures, the kid's got hair. But the kid, it looks like the bro.
Really?
Dude, it's him. And I started thinking about Syndergaard. He's the bro with hair. Dude, I got to send you the pictures. It's a bro doppelganger, bro.
Oh, my.
Right?
Yeah, he's got the glasses and everything.
Dude, it's him, the bro.
Yeah, he does look like him.
Isn't that amazing?
I can see the confusion. Yeah.
I was like, wait a second. That's the bro.
That's awesome.
He's Thor. Bros. It should be Thor Kano.
Yes.
All right. I want to throw out a couple guys. So, let's start local real quick. But one of the you talk about storytelling and like a great grasp of the language. You know, the one guy I wish you had a chance to listen to, soon as you would have loved him, was Gene Hart.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking about this stuff now, and I'm going, wow, Gene Hart was unreal. Good night, good hockey. Like his calls were, he was so descriptive in his calls.
From all of us to all of you, Gene Hart,
Good night. Good hockey.
Yeah, I mean, come on, dude. I think about where the Flyers are now, and I want to cry. Like, you look at, I mean, when he was calling games, man, it was unbelievable, dude.
Yeah, you know what's sad, dude? I was walking the dog yesterday, and there was a car that drove by with the Flyers logo on the back of their car, and it made me sick.
Yeah.
I honestly felt like gross. I almost said you should take that off.
No.
Why?
You're in the take off the logo?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I'm not in take off the logo. I'm just saddened. You're sickened.
Yeah.
I'm saddened.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago when you were out, when the Flyers debacle was happening. This is before Guy Gaudreau told us last Friday that the Flyers didn't even make an effort.
I know.
When I was reacting,
I'm angry at that.
Yeah, when I was reacting to them not getting him, period. I said, most stoves have 4 burners on them. So I have the Phillies front burner right now because it's the regular season. The Eagles are also on the front burner. Sixers are on the back right now, and the Union are the other back burner. The Flyers are the crumb that falls in between the stove and the counter. That's what the Flyers are right now to me. They're the crumb.
Yeah.
That the mouse that you don't see is nibbling on.
Yeah, I get you, buddy.
That's the Flyers right now to me.
No, listen, I mean, the Johnny Hockey thing is just kills me.
It's egregious.
And where they're at right now, I'm so sad. Like I'm saddened by them.
Yeah.
Like, we think about, you play that Gene Hart. Like, Gene Hart, go get Tommy to go pull something on Gene Hart. Just if you just pick up a random game, and get, 2 minutes of it, it's just incredible how he would describe this sport. And my man VG hits you with, the Flyers have stopped skating. Like, wow. Dude, like, when you're like, oh no, the Flyers have stopped skating. Like, what are you doing?
That did it for you.
Dude, I'm telling you, these little patent sayings that these guys had, man. Legendary. Brian, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Yo, Brian.
Hey, Cons, what's up, buddy?
What's happening, my brother?
Hey, I don't know if this is true, but did you see the Syndergaard tweet?
No.
Oh, dude, it's great. He's one of us. So I don't know if it's accurate. I'm sure Andrew can fill in for us and find out if it's accurate. But some of these Mets fans tweeted at him today or last night, come to Citi Field between August 12th and August 14th if you want a butt kicking. But it doesn't say butt kicking. So Syndergaard tweets back, should I bring your ex-wife or leave her at home?
This is real, by the way. I can confirm, Brian, that is real.
Oh, it's great.
Oh, my God. That's awesome.
He's one of us, eh?
I love it. Oh, my God. I love it. That's fantastic.
But as far as yesterday, I'm sure I'm like the Philly fans. I wanted Rendon.
Yeah, I did too.
We're going to probably have to get stuck with Syndergaard. I didn't want Syndergaard at first, but now after seeing this is going to put the Mets and Phillies rival right back into it.
Yes.
I'm excited now.
Yes. I mean, I'm with you, man. I love it. Yep. I love it. But, dude, Brian, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
When you think of, because help me out with the broadcast thing, because if you think about a particular sport and it's up to you, but give me the broadcaster that you always loved.
Broadcaster that I always loved. I'm a homer. I have to go with Harry Kay and Whitey. I mean, that's what I grew up. My grandfather would always bring me into the car.
I know.
You have the car ride with the 610 and all that, and then you go home and watch it. And there's Harry Kay on a Sunday afternoon, 1:00 game with Whitey and Andy Musler and all.
Andy Musler, wow.
Brings you back to the 1980s days. That's when that's my era.
Well, you know what? You and I are the same age. Sounds like the baseball was big back then. Remember how nationally, the World Series and the playoffs, Everybody watched the World Series in the playoffs.
It's not like back then. Like you said, it's everybody tuned in to watch. It wasn't just like if you say if there's two teams that are in the World Series this year that nobody really cares about, our ratings might be down.
Right.
If the Phillies are in there, if the Boston Red Sox are in there, the Yankees, you're gonna get a big time viewing. But if it's like two, like Padres, now that they got those trades, but if it's just two regular teams, it might be a snooze fest.
I know, man. It's a shame because, like, I look at baseball and I go, I miss the days when World Series and playoffs were a talking point. Like, you look forward to it. And now, man, football, forget about it. It doesn't even touch it.
Yeah, don't you miss the days opening baseball cards up?
Yeah, my favorite.
They don't do it anymore.
Well, they do this thing. I want to do this with the kids, or I want to do it for myself. These card breaks. It's a whole thing on Instagram, and where you get football cards. Like, dude, I would go back to that in a second if I had time. I love that stuff.
Heard it.
Yeah, you would love. Listen, it's right up our alley, bro. Trust me.
I got 3 kids myself, so I mean,
how old are they?
I got a 14-year-old, 12-year-old, and a 10-year-old boys, all boys.
Oh, dude, you and I, same thing. I got my 9 and my 12, soon to be 13, Anthony. The two things, I'm telling you, the boys will love it. I'm going to get into it.
I have to look it up and Google it.
Yeah, it's the card break. Great stuff, Bri. Thanks, buddy.
I'll talk to you.
Take it easy. When we had the guy call up and tell us about the card breaks, you were out. You were out that day. That was when you were on vacation. And Tyler was with me, right? I had the bot. Tunis, these card breaks, like, I don't know. Did you collect football cards, baseball cards?
I liked baseball cards, yeah.
Did you love them?
Yeah. It was like a couple of years, and then I stopped.
So it's a big deal now again.
Yeah, I know. I know what you're talking about. There's people that literally have YouTube channels of them opening up sleeves of cards.
Right. And you can buy in now.
Yeah.
Like, you buy in, like, you get a team. This guy called up and explained the whole thing. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and it's all of a sudden it's making money.
Right. Well, that's like, listen, we did it because you were a geek and you just liked the players and stuff. There's the investment piece of it now. But still, kids love that stuff. I'm just trying to look for a way for the kids. Like, they do the Pokemon cards.
I was a Pokemon man.
And I'm trying to figure it out. Like, I don't get it. Like, it bugs me.
Well, because it's a game, whereas the baseball cards wasn't a game.
Well, what's the game?
It's I don't really know how to explain it all that much. Your Pokemon is health, and you have to have other cards to attack, all this kind of stuff. There's all kinds of games like it. I remember Magic cards was a big deal back in the Yu-Gi-Oh.
Well, they still like the Pokemon.
Yeah, man. I was a big Pokemon guy growing up.
And it bugs me. Like, Massimo, I go, because I gave him a box of stuff. I had a bunch of boxers, cards in there, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, you wanted him to look at the Kenny Lofton card, not the Pikachu.
Right.
But
now, it worked a little bit, but he's still like, I got to get more on with him.
Yeah, but the Pokemon's actually a game, though. The baseball cards, you put one up against the wall, and you try to knock it over with the other ones that you have.
Yeah, right, yeah.
See, I went through that phase when I was a kid. Where first one to get into a hat.
Yeah,
I played all those games, man.
Yeah.
And I'm not even looking at the stats. I'm throwing the damn card across the room.
I know. Yeah, that was bad.
I remember my dad taught me that game. I was like, this was fun. It lasted like 7 minutes.
Yeah, that was bad, though. That's what introduced you to gambling. That was no good, man.
Exactly.
That's terrible.
Did they have that on FanDuel?
I didn't realize that they were gateway drugs.
Yes.
But flipping cards and playing pinball were the gateway drugs. Rich, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Yo, Rich.
Yo, how you doing, guys?
What's up, brother?
Yeah, I just want to talk to you guys. Well, first off, Pokemon, that's a violation, bro.
I know, dude. I hear you. I know what to do. You know what I mean?
But, you mentioned Gene Hart, man. He was close to my heart growing up. And, we didn't have Prism. We didn't get cable till later. We lived, Washington Crossing near New Hope, so it took a while to get cable. I used to listen to the record and listen to his voice all the time, man. That guy was the man.
Wasn't he great? Like, wasn't he the way he was almost melodic in how he called the game?
Yep. I mean, it just Vince Scully did a great job, but Gene Hart was one of the best ones ever. And then, Harry and Richie were awesome. But Gene Hart, I mean, that was unbelievable what he did.
I mean, what he would, and he would be by himself.
Yep.
And, and the names, remember how fast the game's going, right? Because you're following the puck. And, this is the days before monitors and, where it's a little easier to track. And he's calling, all those Finnish names and the Russian names and, and it's so fast. I mean, he was amazing.
Yeah, he was great, man. Can I give a shout-out, a yo?
Yeah, give a yo, baby.
Give me a yo. Sky, you Perfect Press Cleaners, man.
What? So one more time? Give it to us.
Perfect Press Cleaners.
Perfect Press Cleaners. You got it, buddy.
We got a yo.
Yo, ma.
Here you go, babe. You got it, Rich.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, you too, my man. You too.
I got to ask a question.
Yeah.
How could Rich go Pokemon violation when it's literally for kids?
Because it's about...
Can't call violation on the kids.
Why not? Kids they're not above the violation.
It's a game for kids that is like been very, very...
Kids commit violations. My boys commit violations all the time. I tell them to violate.
The billions of children that have played any sort of Pokemon have violated?
Well...
Listen, man, I was a Game Boy man. I had the Pokemon Yellow on the Game Boy.
Listen,
I can't go violation. It's a kid's game, and billions of kids have played it.
I'm just talking about the card. I can't say it's not. I'm talking about the cards. The Game Boy's different. Game's a game.
Yeah, man.
But now you're playing with the cards. Like, listen, Easter, right? We do the Easter baskets.
Yes.
So my wife does Easter baskets, almost like we used to do as kids too, like my mother did. Tam does Easter baskets, so she does Tam does the egg, the Reese egg,
of course.
Some jelly beans, and then kisses and all that stuff. Even the Peeps, you might even throw one of those in there.
Stop keeping them in business.
But nobody.
She's part of the problem.
But nobody eats them.
Stop buying them just to buy them, please.
And nobody eats them.
That's my mission. By the time I'm done behind this microphone at some point in my life, the Peeps will be gone.
Whatever, right? So, but she does Easter with the candy. But along with the candy,
there's a sleeve.
She also gets the little, the little toys, the little gifts. Nothing big, not like Christmas, but like maybe, the water gun. Who knows? Little thing. But she'll get the cards.
Yeah, the sleeve of the Pokemon.
Right.
Yeah.
And my point is...
You want a sleeve of tops.
Yes. Baseball, football, basketball, or hockey. Or soccer if they had them. I don't even... Maybe they do. But that's my point. They need those cards. Not the Pokemon cards.
You don't need the baseball cards. You want the baseball cards.
Well,
you'd be looking at them more.
Maybe, but my point to you is they should get the cards over the sports cards over the Pokemon.
Oh, look. Moss, you got a Brandon Marsh card.
Yes!
He's probably like, all right, where's my...
Is he going to hit?
Look at the stats. Oh, wait, they traded them for this?
Listen, he's only 24. We got control of him until 2028. He's 6'4", 215. He's Aaron Rowan if he can figure out how to hit.
And then he goes, who's Aaron Rowan, Dad?
You're right. Oh,
you have to try to find that card.
He's not Juan Soto, Daddy. Listen. Screw the Padres. Craig, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Craig.
What's up, Anthony?
What's going on, Craig?
Hey, I just want to share a cool story with baseball cards. We got back into them this summer with my son. He's big on the MLB The Show on the Xbox.
Yes.
I'm not a big Xbox guy, but they integrated, I guess, the Topps cards into that. So every once in a while, if I'm out for work, stop at the convenience store, bring home a pack. He's all excited to see him on the countertop. We crack them open together.
Oh, that warms my heart.
Right? It's just a good time. I heard you talking about it. I had to share it.
I love that. That warms my heart, man. That's exactly like that sort of thing. He gets excited. Like, you remember the kid, like, if you got to, I'll never forget my grandfather. Now, he might have robbed them, but I'll tell you, he got me a box of football cards, right? And I would open a pack a day of football cards. It was the greatest, man.
Like an Advent.
Yes. Exactly. Yes. You got it. Totally right. The Advent calendar.
Shout out to local kid done well out here in Langhorne. We got Nolan Jones. Just got called up a couple weeks ago in Cleveland.
Nice.
And we're all real excited down here and seeing what he's doing. He stepped up, had a triple to start off his career.
Did he really?
And then followed up with a 454-foot home run.
Damn, that's fantastic. Nolan Jones. Where's he from? In Langhorne.
Grew up in Langhorne. Played Little League. Went to Wood. And then I coach Legion baseball down here, and one of the young guys that worked for me that grew up playing with him in Little League and in Legion in Langhorne. And we're all following them close down here, so it's been a lot of fun.
Oh, dude, I love that. I love hearing about that. Do me a favor, keep me abreast of them because I love this. I love that's part of what we're doing with our summer project and following our local guys doing well. So congratulations to the family and Nolan Jones, and I'll be looking up the box scores. I did see an N. Jones. You know what's funny? I still read box scores, and I saw N. Jones. I was like, wow, that's new for Cleveland. And here it's a local kid. I love it, man. I'll be following him, too.
Enjoy the day, boys.
Thanks, buddy. Very cool. 610-632-0975 is how you reach us. It's Cuz Radio with the Tunis. 97.5 The Fanatic.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Some moves at the deadline. I'm Andrew Saltunis, and this update is brought to you by Acme. Shop Acme and earn 4 times reward points on gas and groceries with your Acme For You app. See store for details. The Phillies needed to make a couple of moves to really solidify their chance to make the playoffs this season, and they did that. They acquired Noah Syndergaard from the LA Angels. He will make his debut for the Phillies tomorrow. They also got an outfielder from the Angels, Brandon Marsh. Logan O'Hoppe, one of the, quote, untouchable prospects, was a part of that deal. So Brandon Marsh will make his debut tomorrow. Rob Thompson said that he will be the everyday starting center fielder. The team DFA'd Odubel Herrera, thank goodness, as well as George Familia, thank goodness. And to help bolster the bullpen because of that big loss of Familia, they also traded for David Robertson, to save David Robertson that we only saw a handful of times when he signed a big contract a few years ago. But he's been great with Chicago this year, a sub-3 ERA. The Phillies, their second game of the 2-game series, about to take off against the Atlanta Braves. Keep it locked in the Fanatic for all the latest news and information. I'm Andrew Saltunis, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
It's the Anthony Gargano Show on 97.5 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update for 97.5 The Fanatic.
Brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Use the promo code FANATIC when using the DraftKings app. Atlanta Braves has a $2.40 favorite, pounded the Phillies 13-1. The Braves are 40-14 since June the 1st. Philadelphia drops to 10-32 and scoring 3 runs or less. Zach Wheeler on the mound for the Phillies today, the plus 117 underdog at Atlanta. Charlie Morton pitching for the Braves. He's a $1.28 favorite. The Braves are playing for their 5th straight win. 7.5 flat, the total at Truist Park. NFL preseason kicks off Thursday with a Hall of Fame game in Canton, Ohio. Las Vegas Raiders are now the 2-point favorite. They were the 1-point dog yesterday. The total bet down to 30.5. Red Hot winning picks available. Experts.winnersandwiners.com. Save 75% with the promo code ACTION75. Mike Sennett, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Is sports betting about to become way more fun? You bet. Because the BetParx app has a brand new sports book. Live bets and parlays? You bet. Instant deposits and incredible app experience? You bet. Plus, your first bet is risk-free up to $750. So, are you already a winner just for signing up on the BetParx Sportsbook app? You bet. BetParx. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. Pennsylvania and New Jersey only. Is today your lucky day? You bet. Because the new BetParx app is everything you want in a digital casino and sportsbook. It's easy to sign up, fun to use, and faster to win than ever before. And all new BetParx app users can choose between a $20 casino bonus or a $20 free sports bet. Which begs the question, is this the most rewarding casino and sportsbook betting app ever? You bet. BetParx. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. Pennsylvania and New Jersey only.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title? No problem. With gas prices at all-time highs, now's the time to donate.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
With your donation, you'll receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher, so donate today.
Hey, it's John Kincaid here for my friends at Window Nation, and it's back to school time, and Window Nation can help you get an A+ in savings right now. Get 2 free windows for every 2 that you buy with 0% interest until 2024. That's like free scholarship money. You can use it towards your kids' school supplies or treat yourself, because Window Nation savings are going to keep on coming. The temperatures are going to soar. Your energy bills go with it when you have old, inefficient windows. Why don't you stay cool, lower the bills, raise the value of your home, get those new energy-efficient windows. Window Nation has installed over 1 million windows expertly, rewarding and increasing value in over 150,000 homes, all with over 96% needing no follow-up service. Now that's an A+. It's your turn to make the smart choice. Go to the head of the class. Get 2 free windows for every 2 that you buy. Buy 4, get 4 free. There's no limit. Plus, pay 0% interest until 2024. No homework's needed for this one. Set up a free in-home consultation today, and you're going to save big during Window Nation's back-to-school sale. Call today at 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com. 866-90-NATION. Window Nation's the perfect fit. Tell them Kincaid sent you.
Meet Allison, teammate at Truist Bank. Hi. She was born to care, and she always had your back. You could say that. Like that time back in the mid-'80s when she spotted Stacy Kaminsky with her new perm, and a car was coming, about to hit a puddle. So Allison jumps in front of the splash, just in time to protect Stacy's fresh curls.
Look, I had to do it. A wet perm just doesn't work.
Today, Allison's a teammate at Truist, the bank that starts with care. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank. Learn more at truist.com/care. Truist Bank, member FDIC.
Are you a skilled and creative carpenter? If so, Valley Grove Construction is looking for you. We keep our carpenters engaged and motivated by doing a variety of work throughout the day. We strive to keep a safe and entertaining work environment, so our carpenters look forward to coming in each day. If you're looking to make top dollar and join a company that will truly value your talent, please apply today. That's valleygroveconstruction.com and click on the Join Our Team link. Apply today. We're waiting. valleygroveconstruction.com. That's valleygroveconstruction.com.
It's Stars and Stripes Harley's pre-owned orange tag sale this week. Hundreds of Harleys under the Big Tent, tagged with liquidation pricing. See $2,000, $4,000, even $6,000 at Stars and Stripes Harley's pre-owned orange tag sale. Good credit, bad credit, no credit, no problem. Stars and Stripes Harley is accepting 100% of all credit applications. Repo struck in, and the owner says 50 used bikes must go this week. You don't need perfect credit or a cash down payment. Stars and Stripes Harley-Davidson is the #1 volume Harley-Davidson dealer in Pennsylvania. Pre-owned orange tag sale ends this Sunday. On approved credit.
Hi, Bobby.
Hey, Sarah. The usual?
This is the last time I'm coming here for coffee. I'm on a budget now.
1 sec. Cold brew for Blake?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sarah, don't give up what you love. State Farm has policy options to get you a surprisingly great rate.
Good. I need my iced oat milk latte with caramel and cinnamon on top.
Girl, me too. For surprisingly great rates, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey, it's Jamie Lynch. Football season is upon us. So it's time to start thinking about making those futures tickets. If you get in early, you can make a lot of money on PropSwap. Head to your nearest casino, pick up 2 tickets on the same team. We'll call it the Go for 2. So you can sell one on PropSwap for a huge profit and hold on to the other one for upside. Last year's Bengals were 300-1 right now. So go find that underdog and get it posted on PropSwap. The average PropSwap seller makes $500 a month just from selling tickets. So join us. Go to PropSwap.com or download the free app.
Mom, Dad, I humbly suggest you save some money and shop Amazon for back to school. It's for my growth, meaning my body's growing at an alarming rate. And clothes you buy me this year will be very small very soon. Plus, the clothes I love today will be out of style tomorrow. But at least your wallet doesn't have to be my fashion victim if you shop low prices for school at Amazon. Hopefully this is helpful. Amazon. Spend less, smile more.
More of the Anthony Gargano Show now.
On 97.5 The Fanatic.
All right, 12:30 across the Delaware Valley. 12 o'clock hour brought to you by our good friends at Service First Heating and Air Conditioning and 0% financing for 72 months. $500 rebate when you purchase a complete heating and cooling system from Service First. Learn more at ServiceFirstHVAC.com. Let me just say this. My man Scotty says, hey, the Pokemon cards are more than cards. The game involves strategy and thinking, as it's basically a game about combat. So, and Scotty, I hear you, and I'm not, making light of them or anything. I just give you that, every once in a while, like, the sports loser in me will come out. And so, I didn't grow up with Pokemon cards, right? I grew up with, football cards and baseball cards and basketball cards and hockey cards. Literally, I collected all 4 sports as a kid. Even the hockey cards, like the hockey cards had inside, Tunis, they'd have the cards, right, the players, and then they had like a thing that you unfolded, and it was a team. It was like the team, the hockey team pictures, the goalie and the coach in the middle, the whole thing. Well, you tried to collect all the teams.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was fun. Like, I remember having that one. Like, the NBA had these wacky cards that were like twice the size or skinny cards. Like, they did that. Like, it was crazy. And I wish to God I had zillions of them. And my mother threw them out.
Yeah.
There's zillions of them.
That happened to my dad with his
Oh,
with
my
his mom.
God. I'm like, what the world? Why would you do that, Ma? Like, it was, and they were like oblong. Like, I had these basketball cards that were wild. And then I think back to those stuff. I love that stuff.
And who knows how much they were worth now?
Yeah,
The
but
ones that were thrown away.
I beat them up, so it wasn't even, they probably wouldn't
They
be
weren't
worth
pristine.
anything. Nah. I used to, grip them up. Like, I used to make the collection. These guys I like.
My dad has, I think it was 1980, the 1980 full league sleeve.
Wow,
Yeah,
get out.
I remember looking through that a lot when I was a kid. It was cool.
Oh, my God. The full league sleeve of 1980?
I think it was 80, yeah.
Dude,
Which is a good
imagine
year.
the players in that, Schmitty.
I think it was 80.
all the big red machines.
He's got it somewhere tucked away.
Dude, you brought up John Miller and Joe Morgan.
Yeah, man, I love that. That was such a great duo. R.I.P. Joe Morgan. They were fantastic together. I have a John Miller, thanks to Tom Alvord. This was Bonds' 73rd.
Oh my God! Let me hear it.
Second baseman moves 20 feet into right field. Bonds hits one deep to right field. Look out in the Covey Cove. Bonds has number 73. toward the water. Number 73 and counting.
Wow.
Walter. I mean, he's great.
Out towards McCovey Cove in the water.
He's great.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
What do you think about that?
Dude, I'm hearing these baseball calls, and I got the baseball nostalgia thing strong today.
Yeah, man. I mean, and hopefully the Phillies can finally break that drought.
Is it bad that all I really want to make is the playoffs?
No, it's not bad because you don't expect them to win the World Series.
Exactly.
Neither do I. But, dude, the playoff experience is important. JT never had it. Reese never had it.
I really wanted them to make the playoffs. Listen, I did not believe up until this season, I did not believe any of those years that they were a playoff team. Even last year, much as I wanted to be, I was on the train for you.
Yes,
that was
thank
it.
you. I appreciate it.
But I didn't believe they were a playoff team. I think that they're a playoff. Like, this team is a playoff team. Now, I don't think they're better than Atlanta. I don't think they're better than the Mets.
Right.
I don't think they're as good. Obviously, those two teams in the West. But let's see. We got Milwaukee, St. Louis, and the Phillies. Let's see. That's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah, I mean, right now, the Phillies would play Milwaukee in the first round. I'd take that. I know Burns is a freak, and so is Woodruff. I know that's going to be a tough team to beat, but I go, that's a winnable series. Best of 3 to start. You got Wheeler Nola.
Well, that's the thing. Nola's the key to everything.
Right. If he falls apart, like we've seen in years past, then they might not even make the playoffs if he falls apart.
Right.
But
Nola's the key to everything because you had Syndergaard. He, again, you got Syndergaard, you got Gibson, and you got what's his name?
Suarez.
Rangers. And you got that's your back three. Any order, depending on who's pitching well. You need your top two. You need Nola to be a legit number 2.
Yeah, and one of the biggest problems last year was he wasn't just losing. I mean, he was going like 4 innings, and then your bullpen's taxed, right, after just the second game of the week. Now, Wheeler's going 8 because you need him to go 8. That's part of the reason why he lost Cy Young last year.
I know.
Because his 8th inning, he started getting beat up because They desperately needed him to go deep into games.
Yeah.
Because the rotation was going 4 or 5 innings and then the bullpen had to go.
I know. No, I agree. Let's go to Father Sean. You're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Father Sean.
Hey, my brother.
What's going on, Father Sean?
Benvenuti a casa, cucini.
Grazie.
Welcome home.
I appreciate that.
Hey, man. Great.
That was very good, by the way.
Topic today.
Thank you.
You got me going in all different directions there. Because first of all, I would say I give a solid B to the Phillies yesterday.
Yes.
With getting everything they really needed. One quick thing, going back to something you said early this morning about Real Muto. I understand that he is their catcher, but if he starts breaking down, in a year or so, I mean, then what? I know they have Martin. But, maybe they just platoon him or something.
Well,
I don't know.
I know. I hear you. I was just talking to Ricky Bowe. It's funny. I was just talking to Ricky Bowe about this where I just don't think he can play first for you. He doesn't have enough power. He doesn't produce enough power for him to play first.
I agree with you on that. I do. I'm just thinking, what are they going to do with him if he starts? Because you know how catchers can break down quick, and we've started to see, I wouldn't say it's market, but there's a little bit of a decline, But anyway, something to think about down the road. But you were talking about, first of all, I would say Vin Scully was to the national broadcast what Harry Kalas was to Philadelphia. That voice. I remember, being like a real little guy, like 2 or 3 years old, in our house in Lawncrest, and all I would hear was that voice. My dad and my grandfather were listening to the game, But Gene Hart, here's another one for you. Now, I love watching the Flyers back in the 80s and all. The other thing with him was who he was broadcasting with. Bobby the Chief Taylor was like hockey's version of L.A. He's like, bad call, Gene, bad call.
The Chief.
And he was, and that's my nickname, by the way. But the funny thing is with the baseball cards. Now I'm 53. I think you and I are around the same age. I don't know.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, it was just like you were just trying to collect as many of them as you could. You would go to school, you would trade your doubles, you would flip, you'd do all that stuff. So my brother and I are 6 years apart, okay? Younger. He's younger than me. And by the time, like, you know, I was like 14, 15 years old or whatever, he was collecting cards and put them in plastic things and talking about, like, the corners being bent. Like, he got into this day. He's, like, really into, like, the memorabilia stuff. So when we were kids, like, you know, I wasn't the most organized or neatest guy, so I would pay him, like, to clean my room. So he had an ulterior motive. I had a drawer that I had all my cards, and I would just, like, throw them in there. You know what I mean?
Right.
And, like, he's like, you want this one? And I'm like, leave me alone. He's like, how about this one, right? And at one point, I got really mad. And I took one card and I ripped it in half, and he turned it around. It was my Richie Ashburn card.
Oh, no!
I went to a card show with my dad back in 1977 or so, and I got like some, you know, I wasn't really into this stuff like he is. I'm like, I was going to kill him. I was chasing him outside.
Oh, that's a killer.
I eventually got a replacement for that card in Cooperstown about 20 years ago. But, yeah, it's a great
Thank you, brother. Great, fun call as always, Father Sean. We love you, buddy. Yeah, oh, my God.
Can you imagine?
Ripping the Richie Ashburn card in half. What?
Not just like a legend of the game, but legend locally.
Amazing.
You want to hear the Vince Scully, Madison Bumgarner snake story?
Yes, please, yes.
You know, Bumgarner tells a story which, in a sense, reminds you of what it takes to be a big league ball player. It's 2 years ago in spring training, and he and his wife were roping cattle, which is what they do. 1-1 pitch, sinker low, ball 2-2-1, and they were startled by a large snake. And Madison thought it was a rattlesnake, so he grabbed an axe and he hacked the snake to pieces. But there's something more to the story. 2-1 pitch, low, ball 3-1. When his wife Allie and an expert field dresser examined what was left of the snake, she found 2 baby jackrabbits inside pieces of the snake and extracted them.
What?
3-1 pitch to Turner, way inside, ball 4. And after she extracted them, a short while later, the Bumgarners noticed that one of the rabbits had moved slightly. It was alive. Well, his wife brought the rabbit back to their apartment. For the next few days, they kept it warm, bottle nursed it, and the rabbit soon was healthy enough that they released it into the wild. And Madison said, just think about how tough that rabbit was. First, it gets eaten by a snake, then the snake gets chopped to pieces, then it gets picked up by people and lives. It's all true. Meanwhile, line drive base hit to center by Hendrick, and the Dodgers are in business, first and second and nobody out. So I guess really the morale to the whole story about the rabbit and the snake, you've got to somehow survive. You've got to somehow battle back.
That was awesome.
That's one of the greatest stories ever. First of all, Madison Bumgarner, right? Like, so even if it's 10 years ago, because how long is he?
This was 2016. The clip came from.
Okay, thank you. You have the date. First of all, 2016 is 6 years ago. He was 88 years old telling that story. 88 years old. Vince Scully's telling that story. What? Second of all, him and his wife go out and they're cattle. What are they doing? Cattle?
Yeah, I mean,
roping?
he's a farmer. I remember there was the one year he missed a lot of time at the beginning of the season because during the offseason I think he was building a shed and he fell through and like landed on something. Like he missed some time because of the work he did around his house.
Cattle rope. Like, I feel like a loser. This guy's roping cattle with his girlfriend.
Yeah,
his
and then goes out every fifth day. Every fifth day he throws 7 strong.
Yeah, like
won a World Series because he pitched 89 innings in like 3 games.
Like we're gonna drink margaritas.
Yeah,
like, what? What are you doing? But that story's amazing. The rabbit's alive. First of all, that they examined the rabbit inside the snake that's hacked up. What? That's a great story, man. That is absolutely classic.
Oh, no, the fink.
What's the fink? What happened with the fink?
When he was 12, he had a Nolan Ryan signed baseball. But one day he left it on display instead of away, and he left it too low, and Holly the dog ate it.
Oh, no. Oh, that's tough.
Could you imagine?
Oh, my God.
It's like damn Hercules from Sandlot.
Right? Oh,
Dude,
my
that
God.
sucks.
A Nolan Ryan ball? Oh. That sucks is right. Like, what is it today that baseball nostalgia is on display today? And it feels good.
Honestly, I do think back of your mind, the Phillies made some nice moves yesterday to get better. And then you go, all right, they're going to make the playoffs. Wow, it's been 10 years since they made the playoffs. Think about how much has changed in your life, right?
Right.
I graduated high school, college, got married. I have a baby. I have a house. But your kids are growing up. Like, it's crazy. 10 years.
10 years ago, I got no Massimo.
Right. He wasn't even alive the last time they made the playoffs.
No.
So that's nostalgia. You're just thinking about 10 years ago, the Phillies.
I know.
And, of course, Vince Scully passing away is a big part of it.
Well, the Vince Scully piece is like...
But Harry was still with us 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? And, well, more than 10 years ago when they were in the World Series. But, there's a lot to it.
Yeah.
A lot to it.
And I sort of think about the game itself. Like, how great the game is, man. Like, I still love it. I still do. I still love it.
I was in my Sunday league just this past Sunday.
It's just an amazing game.
Getting out there. And so, this is how much of a loser I am when it comes to sports. So you were in sale in Jamie Frankel's office a couple breaks ago.
Yeah.
So in her office, they have a Rhys Hoskins signed bat. I don't know if it's going to be a giveaway. I don't know if it's going to be an auction item. I don't know what it is. I have now grabbed that bat like 5 times just to,
grip it up.
Has nothing to do with Rhys Hoskins.
No.
I could care less. Couldn't care less. It's Rhys Hoskins. I just got to hold it, do a couple of the fake swings. Like, I love it. I love it. I smell in the glove.
Yeah.
I do that every day pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah, I got to get a whiff. It's like crack. Like, I need to take a sniff of my glove.
Yeah. Well, I'm living. We got, we got training sessions starting.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, coming up.
Got fall ball?
This weekend. Yeah, fall ball will happen. And
try to make it out to a game.
We got, come on. We got a little training action. He's got some training. So we'll have one training baseball, the other one's in the middle of camp. Shit. I got to give you Coach Klecko at the end of practice getting on him.
Oh, good. Need that.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing. I'm watching. So Danny Klecko, who everybody will know, he and I have been very close from our time at the other station and the whole thing. And Danny and I we talk regularly. Now Danny actually is coaching Anthony in football. He's a part of the coaching staff. They're fantastic. Brian and Coach Pete's tremendous, like all the guys. And Danny, it's funny. I'm looking at him and I go, this dude should be coaching in the NFL. Like, this dude is like, you could just see it. Some guys, you could see it and go, that guy should be coaching somewhere.
There's more to it, yeah. Speaking of a Dan and a coach, we have 2 great listeners who love Philadelphia sports, but somehow are both Lions fans, Anthony Schmall and our man Alfie from Abington. And Ant sent me a clip, a little preview of Hard Knocks.
Oh, I'm excited
it's
for
the
it.
Lions, and it's Dan Campbell.
Yes, Dan.
Dan Campbell, Mr. Cannibal, comes out next week, first episode. I haven't really been into Hard Knocks in recent years.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to watch this one.
Yeah, I'm in. I'll watch it with you. I'm down.
I liked the midseason one last year with the Colts. I mean, obviously it was Carson, so watched it for other reasons, right?
Yeah.
But I liked that last year. I'll be honest, I liked it more than the preseason Hard Knocks.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Lions. I'm in on that. Robbie, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Yo, Rob.
Yo, Coach, how you doing, man?
What's up, my brother?
This is Rob. I was the one who told you a story before I get into my nostalgic stuff because I'm 49 and so we're around the same age.
Yeah.
With that did the Eagles chant at my dad's at the grave for my dad.
I remember that. I love that story, dude. I love it.
I got the worker there looking at me like I'm on something. You know what I mean? 'Cause I'm screaming EAGO.
Yes. You have a great. First of all, I know your voice. You have a great like true Philadelphia accent.
Oh, thanks, Jay. Born and raised in South. My dad was from, like I was saying, the Devil's Pocket there in South Philly.
Yeah.
Hey, was there a barn here? Do you remember? Because apparently my grandmother would ask my dad to get my grandfather out of McGurt's barn.
Yeah, McGirt. Sure. Yes.
That's my grandfather.
Yes, McGurt's. Yes.
My grandmother would say my father, go get your grandfather.
Well, you know what the best is? Like, it's one of the charm about Philadelphia, right? Is that the corner bars, there was a bar. Every other corner had a bar. And, that's where all those older dudes, man, they all hug at the bar every other night.
That's where my grandfather was. I remember seeing
McGurt's. Wow.
My dad was like, yeah, your grandmother would tell me, go get your grandfather.
And they had the great, a lot of them had the great Irish names.
Yeah, great Irish names.
Yeah.
My grandma was like a barber down there.
My grandfather was a barber, yeah.
How about that? Yeah.
Yeah.
During the Depression, all that, my dad would tell me stories. They would just take kids in off the street. My grandfather would just give them a haircut. You know what I mean? They couldn't afford it. They had no money.
Yeah.
It's just different mentality.
Different time, yeah.
People helping people, you know what I mean? Truly. But, and getting a little nostalgic, I was the one, I remember collecting the baseball cards with the stale piece of gum in the back of it.
Sure.
And, I had these sticker books. I think it was Topps.
I love the sticker books. I had them too.
Stickers and remember them?
I love them. I love the sticker books.
I still got mine in the box in my garage.
Yeah. There was they had the Topps.
Yeah.
We were probably like 10, 11, 12 around there when they came out. I remember that. And before that, they had the football. The football stamps were fun too. The football books.
Yeah, I might have to bust it out. I might have to go bust it out. And then I had the jacket with all the little patches on it.
It was the best.
Oh, it was the best.
Yeah.
Now, Ant, I'm a little disappointed yesterday. I'm glad what we did. We're better than we were before. But I want to ask you something, Ant, and give me an honest answer, all right? If we were, I want us to be a bully. And what I mean is, we're just as good or a better fan base than the Padres, obviously, the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Mets. I want us to be a bully. I don't mind trading these prospects. Or when we sign a free agent, how did the freaking Padres have they have two guys making 3+?
Well, remember we were talking, because you and I were talking yesterday or the day before about this?
Yeah.
And
now
they had the
$400 to $500 million, you know what I mean?
Right. But I don't think it's money. I think it's, again, you got to be able to get those prospects, and they don't have enough. This old Hoppy, listen, he's not a top prospect. Thanks, brother. Remember, for the Phillies, who's better, and the Angels, who had no prospects, but he was an elite prospect in baseball. Listen, the Padres have a great system that they can go land. They give up their top prospects, and C.J. Abrams, who's a 6'3" shortstop, who's got all the ability in the world, but they got Tatis there, so they don't need him. So that's why they land Soto. Anyway, we'll get back to it. Still an hour to hang. 610-632-0975. There's one open line. Run through the calls straight ahead. Let's talk about BetParx app. Oh, the BetParx app. You got to love it. I mean, they got just about everything. And in fact, let's go through it here. You got your football futures. How many games the Birds are going to win? Whether they make the playoffs. I like that bet, too. You could bet on who has the most passing, rushing yards in the league for this season. Follow at BetParx on Twitter for game lines, odds boosts, and more. The only sportsbook casino that you need right here. The BetParx app, the official betting partner of the PGA Tour. Check out their special odds boosts and wagers. Live in-game betting. BetParx has you covered. Everything you need. All of us geeks, you are there. Like tonight, Phillies a slight dog with Wheeler. I like Wheeler against Morton. I like Wheeler tonight. I think the Phillies win tonight. I like that. Don't forget also the big PGA Tour sponsor, and you can check that one out as well. You can bet on Shane Lowry's 14-1 or Zalatoris is 14-1, whatever you want. They have it all on the BetParx app. Just remember, you're going to be 21. You got to be in PA or New Jersey. First bet, use the code Fanatic, gets your risk-free bet up to $750. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLE.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Improving at the deadline. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by Martin Law, Philly's original law firm for injured workers. Schedule a free consultation today at paworkinjury.com. Phillies have areas of need before the deadline yesterday, and they approached it. They got Noah Syndergaard yesterday from the LA Angels. He could be in their starting rotation. Zach Eflin was sent to the 60-day IL yesterday, so we will not be seeing him back really probably at all this season. They got Brandon Marsh, starting outfielder. Rob Thompson said yesterday that he will be the everyday center fielder for the Phillies. Area of need. And, of course, the bullpen. They acquired David Robertson, the same David Robertson 2 years ago for only a handful of games before he got hurt and never returned. David Robertson had a sub-3 ERA for the Cubs this season. The Phillies also made a couple of moves in terms of a DFA, both Odubel Herrera and Joris Familia. This update is also brought to you by Acme. Shop Acme and earn 4 times reward points on gas and groceries with your Acme For You app. See store for details. Keep it locked in the Fanatic for all the latest news and information. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
Evan and Gargano, weekdays 10 to 2 on 97.5 The Fanatic.
In the Delaware Valley, helping each other isn't just the neighborly thing to do. It's in our blood. It's in our plasma, too. In fact, over the years, thousands of Philadelphia area residents have helped people they'll never even meet by donating plasma at local CSL plasma donation centers. Your plasma donations have been instrumental in our efforts to create new therapies for patients living with rare and serious diseases, and have helped us provide medicines and vaccines to people in more than 100 countries around the world. We're proud to be part of this community, and we can't wait to say thank you in person at local events in the community throughout the summer. So please, when you see the CSL tent, stop by to cool off, hydrate, and grab a fun giveaway. Interested in other ways you can partner with CSL to improve patients' quality of life? Ask us about participating in one of our clinical trials or learn more at CSLBearingTrials.com. That's CSLBearingTrials.com. We thank you for all that you do, Philadelphia, because together we are saving lives.
Hi, it's Cuz. Is your summer weight loss plan not working out as well as you hope? Look, hope is not a strategy. This is what you got to do. Contact njdiet.com today. They will contractually guarantee you will lose 20 to 40 plus pounds in only 40 days. Just go to njdiet.com. Their program starts with bioenergetically personalized supplements that are based on your saliva, your hair, and your blood work. And then NJ Diet uses DNA testing to create your ideal diet plan and workout regimen to help you keep the weight off. You're not sure you can do it alone? NJ Diet's with you every step of the way. You're fully monitored by their certified staff to make sure you're burning fat, not just losing water. You'll also get the doctor's personal email and phone number. NJ Diet is committed to you keeping the weight off. It's all natural, no shots, no hormones, no surgery, no prepackaged foods. Locations close by: Newark, Delaware, King of Prussia, Cherry Hill. Worldwide live online video consultations. Call them. 855-5NJ-DIET. Or go to njdiet.com. That's njdiet.com and lose the weight for good.
Businesses of all types and sizes are saving money with Pico because Pico's got the financial incentives and technical expertise to help you reduce your energy use and to save cash. See how Pico's helping businesses like yours take greater control of their energy costs to improve their bottom line. Simply complete a customer survey on Pico's digital portal and an energy profile. The report will be generated for you, and this profile is going to provide specific recommendation based on your facilities, equipment, and energy use with great ways to save while either maintaining or increasing productivity.
So, what's the score in your house? You know, from the epic thermostat battle that's been raging all summer. Secretly adjusting the thermostat when your partner wasn't looking to try and stay comfortable. It's time for a truce with special financing offers and rebates on a new high-efficiency heating and cooling system from Trane, including a whole house air filtration system to keep the air you breathe clean and safe. Visit Trane.com to find an independent Delaware Valley Trane Comfort specialist near you. It's hard to stop a Trane. Subject to credit approval.
This summer, the General Building Contractors Association is reminding the construction industry and all workers to stay safe while working in the heat.
Look out for signs of heat-related illness like dizziness, fatigue, slurred speech, heavy sweating, and nausea. If you see a coworker showing symptoms, quickly cool them off, and when in doubt, call 911.
Learn more about working safely in the heat by downloading Toolbox Talks at gbca.com. We're GBCA, and we're building safer together.
School is back, and Dick's Sporting Goods has everything you need to gear up so you can show up. With the widest selection from the hottest brands like Nike, Jordan, Hoka, The North Face, and more. The looks you want, the backpacks you need, all under one roof. When you're running short on time, 1 hour pickup is always an option. And with our best price guarantee, if you find a lower price, we'll match it. With looks this good, it's never been easier to sport your style. Every school year starts at Dick's.
5X480. Dayton B100 V-Belt, one of the many parts Grainger carries. It's also the item that helped Rob carry the day. The job was on hold, deadline fast approaching, but a quick search on Grainger.com and Rob found his part. And with same-day pickup at his local branch, he and his crew got the job done, safely and on time. Get supplies and solutions for every industry with real-time product availability. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Meet Boost, the fizzing amazing vitamin boosts that make you feel like
I like to boost it, my vitamins can boost it. I like to boost it, we like to boost it.
Boost effervescent vitamins turn your H2O into H2O to give you a fizztastic feeling like
I like to boost it, my vitamins can boost it. I like to boost it, we like to boost it.
Because it's not just vitamins, it's Boost, the fizzing amazing vitamin boost.
Boost it.
Did you know that shapes have sounds? This is the sound of a square. Because it's Wendy's fresh, never frozen beef served up on those hot and juicy hamburgers. And this is the sound of a circle. Not the Arctic Circle, but a circle of frozen beef that's flash frozen somewhere else. And this is the sound of a triangle. Anyway, when you want hot and juicy hamburgers, go for the square at Wendy's. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's hot and juicy hamburgers.
Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
All right, 1 o'clock across the Delaware Valley. Buzz Radio Tune is hanging out. What do we got? We got a yo.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
No, let me go over.
My man Gabriel.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard this one in a bit while you were out. So here you go.
Because we got a yo.
Merry Xmas, yo.
That's the greatest. I love that one. My man Gabriel, little baby Bo, turned 1 last week.
Oh, happy birthday.
And he said, listen, it was the craziest, fastest, best year of my life. Tell Judas, cherish every moment. I know he does.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Like this morning, he was in a bad mood all day yesterday. And then was in a bad mood this morning. And it was like right when Christy left. And I was just kind of like, oh, God, here we go again. And I remember just like this morning, I was like so frustrated. I was like, what can I do to make you happy? And then he smiled at me and I was like, oh, I love you. Like, just like that. Like it just changed everything.
Then he started to melt.
Yeah, exactly.
You started to melt right after
I'm
that.
wrapped around his finger, man. It's you know, he's my world.
Yeah, it's the best, man. It really is the best. And then all of a sudden, he's 12 years old. His voice begins to change.
Yes, Daddy.
And all of a sudden, where's my little boy? And then the next thing you know, he's wearing my T-shirts. And I'm going, it's not that big on you anymore. What's bigger?
Go Birds, Daddy.
Yeah. He's playing. So they got him working out at center.
Oh, really?
Little Ant playing center. He's Kelsey.
Well, when Cam Jurgens is ready to move on, who's going to be Jason Kelsey's replacement, or Kelsey's still going for all we know.
They got him working out. They got him working out at center. So we were talking last night, and we're going to work on some snaps.
We never really talked about, but how about Ryan Jensen going down?
I know.
Ryan Jensen for the Bucks.
Yeah, huge. Brady.
Brady loves
man.
him.
I know. That's a big deal.
And then Wirfs went down.
He wishes that he could have been in Miami.
Yeah, I know.
Throwing the Waddle and Tyreek Hill.
Wirfs went down, got carted off yesterday, but was just cramping. But for a second, Bucks fans were like,
"What?
What the hell? 2/5 of our line's gone within 1 week."
I know. But losing the center, man, is bad.
Yeah, it's tough.
You remember when Peyton lost that Jeff Saturday?
Yeah.
That was a big deal. It shows you that Kelsey's amazing.
Yeah, he's a stud, man. It's going to suck when he's done. Because he's also he's so deep in the community now.
Yeah, he's not. He's a lifer.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He's a Philadelphia lifer.
But just not seeing him on Sundays is going to suck. And that's soon, man. I could see him playing another year.
Yeah. Yeah.
If they're close.
Yeah.
And let's say they get a quarterback in the draft. Let's say it doesn't work out with Hurts, right?
Yeah.
He'll probably want to be with the new quarterback.
I could see him. I could totally see him sticking around one more year. Vince, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Vince.
Yo, Ian, good afternoon.
Yo, Vin.
Hey, real quick with Vince Scully. See if you could dig up the clip, the 09 NLCS, where he caught, that J-roll game-winning hit.
Yes.
You got to hear Vince Scully do it, because Eric Bruntlett was one of the pinch runners. They called him Eric Bruntland. but it was still funny, though. But to hear him call that game, that was really interesting. Real quick, also, with Vin there, I enjoyed the privilege of meeting him during the 08 NLCS in the press box. And, super nice guy and everything. I wish I'd taken a photo with him. Now, that's what really... I
know.
I mean, he signed my game notes and stuff, but...
Did he really? That's awesome, dude. That's fantastic.
But you know what also was great, too, was we had a little bit of a conversation. I was telling him, I went to a Jesuit high school, too, like he did, with Fordham and stuff. And we really started talking about that, and I just thought that was so fascinating that he's able to talk about so many other things, too. He just had this great intellect, and he was such a classy guy, as you obviously well know, And but that's what. And by the way, too, with that Kirk Gibson home run, what's great about that when you see the video? How about the car with the brake lights all of a sudden slamming on? When you see the ball go out and you see that car hit the brakes, because that was some idiot who probably left the game early.
When I think back to that, how does he? That game, Gibson again, one leg, right? He's on one leg, and he's facing Eckersley, who was unhittable, and in that moment comes up with the biggest hit, clutch it. That's baseball drama at its height. Was there a bigger home run that you witnessed?
Sure. Yeah. No. That's still amazing every time, and it's just great the way he, set it up and everything else, and and obviously being the Dodger broadcaster, you had to probably not be that much of a homer either.
Right.
But still, he managed to pull it off. He's still excited over it. So that's still amazing, that call. But and by the way, another time we'll talk about those infamous rules that you don't do in Italy. By the way, I have a few of those too. The no.
That's the violation, man. It goes back to the old country.
Yeah.
That's good stuff, my brother.
All right.
Thanks, pal. See you, Vin. No, I mean, I think about that home run. What's the most dramatic home run that you saw? Because that Gibson home run is the most dramatic home run I think I ever saw in my life.
And I think hold on, let me get the correct year.
I mean, Stairs into the Night is up there too. I mean, remember, that's a playoff. That's playoffs, man.
The 23rd, I remember watching it live, the 2013 ALCS. The Red Sox were down 4 and Ortiz hit that grand slam. That's when the cop.
Yes.
Remember the cop was in the bullpen.
Yes.
And had his arms up.
Yes.
I remember watching that game.
Yeah, that Poppy home run was unbelievable.
That was a huge one. I'll give another one because that's the same year, I believe. Isn't that when the Cubs won the World Series? Was that? No. I was graduated, so 2017. How about Rajai Davis?
Yes.
Remember he hit This little 5'5" guy hit a home run off Chapman in Game 7 of the World Series. Now, they ultimately lost that game.
No, but and the rain started.
Yeah.
Remember it started to rain?
Yep.
Which was unbelievable, uncanny, because you had Cleveland and Chicago, right? So you had these two teams cursed.
Yeah, big time.
And when it started to rain, imagine like you're in Chicago, you're going, oh my God. Like, because weren't they up 3-2?
Yeah, and then Davis hit the home run. That was like, I still remember that one being like, holy, like I love this game.
And they were up 3-2 in the series too. And Cleveland came back.
Yeah, Rajai Davis hit 62 home runs in 14 seasons. And he hits a home run in Game 7.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like off Chapman.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like that's crazy.
You know, there's another one. The other one was, which was amazing, was and my man Danny brings this up, the Victorino Grand Slam.
I was there
off of Sabathia, dude.
Oh my God, that was. You know how people say the Patrick Robinson pick six was one of like the loudest moments at the link. I swear that was one of the loudest moments because you had the Myers walk, right? So that like really got the crowd into it. And then Victorino hits his grand slam off of Sabathia, who was unhittable that year.
He was. You remember? He was pitching from like August on. He was
on 3 days rest.
Yes.
Yeah. It was crazy.
It was unbelievable. He was pitching on 3 days rest. Sabathia was unbelievable.
And everybody's going. I still remember being shocked that the Brewers were the team that landed him. Right? There were so many teams in on Sabathia, and it was the Brewers that got him.
Yes.
Yeah,
and I remember being afraid. I remember being afraid of Milwaukee.
Yeah.
You know, and damn, man, Sabathia was nasty.
Dude, he was a stud. But yeah, that home run, that was a great one. That really, I mean, just the way the crowd reacted was just. I mean, I was there. I still remember. It was amazing.
I'll never forget that. So then I went to Milwaukee. In that series. I covered they were over the weekend in Milwaukee. I don't know if you remember, but the games in Milwaukee, I think one was like was it a Saturday? I think it was like Saturday and a Sunday. And I remember, my buddy Vinny was living in Wisconsin then. He met me down in Milwaukee, and he went with me to the game, and then we left the Phillies game, and watched the Eagles game.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's awesome.
It was like it's some bar. And, you know, it's funny because I happened to see, like, they had the Phillies. You had the Phillies game on in there, and they were the camera was panning to a Phillies fan. Oh, I had the jersey on and everything.
Yeah.
And there's nothing better because I remember being in Milwaukee, and it wasn't a ton, but there were quite a few Phillies fans, and we were freaking out. Like, we were going nuts.
Yeah, definitely.
Like after the game, because the Phillies won. You know what? In fact, Blanton hit a home run.
Blanton hit a home run in that playoff series, too?
I'm pretty sure it was a pitcher that hit the home run. Wasn't that the game?
I mean, you might be right. I'm just trying to remember.
I thought Blanton hit the home run against Milwaukee.
No, he hit his in the World Series.
Who?
No, the home runs hit in that series, 2 by Burrell, 1 by J-Roll, 1 by Victorino, 1 by Worth.
Huh. Maybe I'm not. I swore. Maybe I just got. Sometimes your memory.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to.
There's a lot of sports knowledge in there.
I'm trying to remember who. I swore there's. Maybe Blanton had a couple hits. I thought Blanton. Maybe he just pitched. Maybe he was the pitcher that day.
Let me see. Can I get the pitching stats? Blanton did make an appearance. He went 6 strong.
It was at Milwaukee, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
1 earned, 7 Ks.
Yeah,
that's for Joe Blanton.
Yeah, because I remember that's probably what stood out was that he was so dominant.
I still can't believe they won the World Series. Jamie Moyer pitched in that series. He only went 4 innings. Like, they won the World Series. I'm looking at that Brewers team. So Sabathia in 17 starts. Now, think about that. He got traded at the deadline, and he made 17 starts. That's a lot of appearances in a short period of time.
And you remember, because, like, that was a big story. Like, where was Sabathia going to go?
Yeah, it was huge.
Because Sabathia was going to change the balance of power. That he was getting traded from Cleveland.
Yep.
And it was like a big deal.
He went 11-2 with a 1.65 ERA in 17 starts, 7 complete games, dude.
Yeah.
128 strikeouts to 25 walks. Wow. Dude was a horse, man.
And he walks. You remember him? I mean, and he's walking Myers.
Yeah.
You know what it was? The crowd had got him juiced.
Oh, my God. Yeah, definitely.
Like, he was almost shaking. He had so much adrenaline going, and just that adrenaline turned him wild. He was never wild, but he had too much. He had too much adrenaline, which just kind of just threw off his timing.
Dude, here's your starting 9. Jason Kendall behind the dish.
Wow, dude, Jason Kendall,
a very young Prince fielder who hit 34 bombs that year.
Let me try to think about them.
I love this guy at second base. I thought he was going to be a stud, and he just fell apart. Let's see. He hit 29 home runs in 2010 when he was just 27. Like, I thought this guy was going to be a stud, and he just fell apart.
What are his initials?
RW. He had a Sheffield-like batting stance.
Rondell White?
No.
I don't know who.
How about that Ricky Weeks?
Wow, Ricky Weeks.
Well, I loved Ricky because he did the Sheffield batting stance.
Oh man, Gary, yeah.
Shortstop. Orioles prior to Milwaukee. I like this guy a lot too.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Initials.
Oh no, sorry. Orioles after Milwaukee. My bad. He is the reason why Machado was at third.
I
can't give the initials because it'll give it away immediately.
Yeah. Oh my God.
He's got a period. It's like J.A. Happ.
Yeah. No, I close my eye. I see it. How
about that J.J. Hardy?
J.J. Hardy, who actually had a lot of pop.
Yeah, I liked him a lot.
You know, J.J. Hardy was fantastic.
And they get him in Baltimore, and they paid him. So they were like, Machado, you're going to play third now.
Wow.
Bill Hall was the third baseman.
Bill Hall, yeah.
Ryan Braun, Mr. Roids in left. Mike Cameron in center. And this guy...
Braun was a good ball player, though,
Yeah,
dude.
he was, Mr. Roids.
He was, but he was a good ball player.
This guy, another dude that had, like... We did, when you were out, we went through a couple of baseball names. Because baseball's weird, right? You could have 4 dominant seasons as a pitcher or a hitter. Like one of the names I thought of was Travis Hafner. Travis Hafner had like 4 ridiculous good seasons, then fell apart. How about Corey Hart was their right fielder?
Yeah, Corey Hart was a good ball player, man.
Right, listen to this. So he goes 24, 20, 12 home runs, 31, 26, 30, and then hits 8, combined 8 home runs the rest of his career in 2 seasons.
Really?
Now, maybe it's because he was hanging out with Ryan Braun.
Yeah, I think so.
But this guy was a 30-double, 30-home run guy.
Damn.
For like 4 years, and then
dude, I remember him. Yeah, no, he fell off the cliff. There was a lot of, that's the one thing. Ask Ricky Bowe, man. He'll tell you those stories. There are dudes that you went, no business. Like, we all know the other names. Like,
right.
we know the obvious ones. What's his face in Baltimore?
Palmeiro?
Oh, my.
Yeah.
No. What's his face? The little dude. He wound up. It's amazing. What the hell was his name? Orioles. He was a pencil bat. Next thing you know, he's hitting bombs.
Oh, and then he got paid big time and then fell apart.
Yeah.
Anderson?
Yes.
Yes. Brian? No. That was his name. I know who you're talking about, though.
Now I got a flood of names coming through my mind. I'm trying to go back.
Talking nostalgia.
I'm trying to go back to think of Milwaukee, and then I got Yount and Robin Yount and Paul Molitor and Cecil Cooper and Gorman Thomas.
Brady Anderson.
Yeah, he was a juicer. Like, there was no business.
Right.
Like, he had no business. Like, there were guys. See, it's funny because.
That's why I told you. I swear to God, Brandon Crawford was juiced up last year.
Dude. He hit way too many. And look what happened this year.
Yeah, dude. All right. Brandon Crawford last year.
I think the game.
24 homers, 90 ribbies, hits 298.
He was working out with the game.
Yeah, dude. He hadn't hit 20 home runs since 2015. And he goes 24 last year
know.
at 90. Come on, get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
they win 100-plus games.
He was working out with Gabe in the coconut oil.
It's ridiculous, man.
But that's the one thing that I can't. I got a soft spot for Bonds.
He should be in the Hall.
I know people they hate him, right? And if I told you, I had several encounters with Barry Bonds, and that dude was every time I dealt with him was a prince. I mean, I tell you, great guy. I spent a whole afternoon in San Francisco with him and Bobby Bonilla. We went out for the day shop. It was an off day, and those two were best friends. And I'm doing a story with them. I went shopping with them, hung out with them. We ate lunch, did the whole thing. That dude was the greatest. I'm telling you, he was a great dude. And I got a soft spot for him because he's still the best hitter I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I love Junior. I do. To this day, I love Ken Griffey Jr. Love him. But I think Bonds is better. And I know the juice thing in we played the 73 home runs because of
John Miller.
But he did it because he's watching McGuire and Sosa, and he's going, those two dudes, are you kidding me? That's not right. And it doesn't make what he did right, but part of me understands that, Eunice. You know what I mean?
Doing the steroids?
Yes.
Yeah, because a lot of guys got paid.
Well, for him, he's looking.
McGuire and Sosa.
But Bonds is different because Bonds looks at those guys and goes, I'm better than those guys.
Right.
Why do those guys? So, what? I'm going to go work out. It wasn't like he was taking, magic pills and didn't have to put the work in. But I got a soft spot for it. Only because he was the best player of his era.
Should be in the Hall.
Yeah.
Stupid that he isn't.
All right. We'll run through calls coming up. 610-632-0975. Cuz Radio Tunis, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Some moves at the deadline. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by theinvisiblefence.com. The Invisible Fence brand is donating $10,000 to a local animal shelter as part of their From Shelter to Forever Home initiative. Visit invisiblefence.com to nominate your local animal shelter. The Phillies made some moves before last night's MLB trade deadline, and it was positions of need. They got a starting pitcher, Noah Syndergaard from the L.A. Angels. He's been scuffling in his last couple of outings, but hopefully he can bounce back and is an improvement to Bailey Falter and bullpen games like you saw yesterday, which led to just an absolute beatdown by the Braves. They also acquired from the Angels Brandon Marsh. Rob Thompson said yesterday that he is going to be the everyday starting center fielder. They also got David Robertson, the same reliever that the Phillies had a few years ago. Only made a handful of appearances before getting hurt and mysteriously never coming back. But he's a sub-3 ERA, which is going to help an already pretty deep bullpen. Keep it locked here in The Fanatic for all the latest news and information. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
It's the Cuz, Anthony Gargano. Weekdays 10 to 2 on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hi, it's Cuz. Is your summer weight loss plan not working out as well as you hope? Look, hope is not a strategy. This is what you got to do. Contact njdiet.com today. They will contractually guarantee you will lose 20 to 40 plus pounds in only 40 days. Just go to njdiet.com. Their program starts with bioenergetically personalized supplements that are based on your saliva, your hair, and your blood work. And then NJ Diet uses DNA testing to create your ideal diet plan and workout regimen to help you keep the weight off. If you're not sure you can do it alone, NJ Diet's with you every step of the way. You're fully monitored by their certified staff to make sure you're burning fat, not just losing water. You'll also get the doctor's personal email and phone number. NJ Diet is committed to you keeping the weight off. It's all natural, no shots, no hormones, no surgery, no prepackaged foods. Locations close by: Newark, Delaware, King of Prussia, Cherry Hill. Worldwide live online video consultations. Call them. 855-5NJ-DIET or go to njdiet.com. That's njdiet.com and lose the weight for good.
Hey guys, Bob Cooney here, and you can start the second part of the baseball season turning K's into cash and big hits into big wins with FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge. Now new customers can step up to the plate and make a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. All you have to do is sign up with promo code BOB, place your first bet, and FanDuel will give you $1,000 back in free bets if you don't win. FanDuel has so many great promotions, and I love when I win. I get paid faster than a fastball right down the middle of the plate. Are you new to FanDuel? Well, there's no better place to bet America's pastime than on America's #1 sportsbook. So download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up using promo code Bob to get started with your no-sweat first bet up to $1,000.
21 plus and present in PA. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
First Student is looking for school bus drivers in Philadelphia. If you need more than just a driving opportunity, consider a position on the First Student team. This is an excellent way to make a difference in your community while working at a job you'll truly love. School bus driver positions offer a starting wage of $23 per hour and a sign-on bonus up to $4,000. Apply today at workatfirst.com or call 267-758-0522. That's workatfirst.com or call 267-758-0522.
Progressive presents Forced Metaphors about bundling your home and auto.
When you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, you get great savings and round-the-clock protection, which is as beautiful as looking your firstborn child in the eyes for the first time. Well, that's a bit much. Maybe it's more like looking your second-born child in the eyes for like the third or fourth time. Point being, the savings and round-the-clock protection are really, really magical.
Forced Metaphors, presented by Progressive. Bundle and protect today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s, like go back to college, learn to skateboard. Whoa. Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. At aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a free 3-minute chat with the friendly digital retirement coach, Avo, and receive personalized tips to help boost your savings. Start chatting with Avo today at aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
It's not easy being the one everyone counts on to keep the facility running, no matter the weather or supply chain hiccup. But we get you, Raymond in Buffalo, and Maria in Miami, Jules in Minneapolis, and Stan in Central Indiana, taking control of everything that's under your control. At Grainger, we're here for you with experienced branch staff at over 250 locations so you get the product you're looking for. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
Of course I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser Sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
Don't miss the K9 Fundraiser Car Show on Tuesday, August 26th, hosted by the Berlin Police Department and the Berlin Farmers Market. It's your chance to meet the Berlin PD's K9s and see some awesome rides at the same time. Want to show off your wheels? Registration is just $20 day of the event. There'll be food trucks, a beer garden, and a special K9 demonstration. All proceeds benefit the Hometown Foundation. Hours, info, directions, and more at berlinfarmersmarket.com.
Training camp is well underway, and the BetParks app has so many opportunities for you to be able to cash in if you're a visionary. Those futures bets right now are looking very, very tasty on our hometown birds. Are you thinking about it? What if I told you you can have a risk-free bet as a new customer for up to $750 just for using the promo code Kincaid? Download the BetParks app. You've got to be 21 years old. You got to be in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hello? Whether you're at home or on the go, listen to 97.5 The Fanatic on Odyssey on your smartphone, Roku, LG Smart TV, Waze, and more. That's Odyssey, AUDACY. Check it out now. More of the Anthony Gargano Show now
on 97.5 The Fanatic.
One ball and no strikes. Aaron waiting. The outfield deep and straight away. Fastball is a high drive into deep left center field. Buckner goes back to the fence. It is gone. What a mark. marvelous moment for baseball. What a marvelous moment for Atlanta and the state of Georgia. What a marvelous moment for the country and the world. A black man is getting a standing ovation in the Deep South for breaking a record of an all-time baseball idol. And it is a great moment for all of us, and particularly for Henry Aaron.
Vince Scully, man. All these moments, man. It's been a fun day. God bless him. He lived a long life, man, and he was an icon. It's amazing the lucidity in his elder years. Like, we go back to 5 years ago, or 6 years ago, when you played that story about Dick Bumgarner and the snake. And he's 88.
Yeah, crazy, right?
And he's like just, sharp as a wit. I mean, incredible.
This baseball talk has also made me a little sad about the World Series this year. There's no more Joe Buck. Now that he's at ESPN.
Oh my God, yeah.
When was the last time? I don't remember his first year.
Wow, you know what? I forgot.
Yeah, dude. No Joe Buck doing
Wait
the
a
World
second.
Series.
Wait, time out.
That's been our life for so long.
My world's bleeped out for a second. I forgot about these announcers. What are we doing again? Tell me what we're doing again. Sunday night is who? Tirico and Collingsworth?
Oh, yeah, because everybody moved around.
Where's Al? Al's at Amazon.
Al's on Amazon, yeah. With Herbie. Herbie's doing Amazon and College Game Day, so he's still on ESPN. Right. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Right, so it's Al and Herbie. I love her. Herbie may be one of my all-time favorites. You know that?
Oh,
he's probably a top 5 all-timer analyst.
Yeah. His only problem is he's got to get off the you have to play a bowl game or you're not a good person kind of thing.
Okay, well,
it's the only thing he's got.
Whatever. I mean, he's passionate about it. Leave him alone. I mean, he's a great analyst, dude.
Yeah, no, he's fantastic.
Listen, Collingsworth is annoying. He's good, but don't you just want to talk about a punchable guy? He's a punchable dude.
He is a punchable dude with the slide in.
Right? Oh, hell. Shut up.
But yes, it's Tirico and Collingsworth Sunday night.
All right. Buck and Aikman are now
ESPN Monday Night Football. Which is huge for ESPN.
Now, is it going to be ABC?
I don't think so yet, but I know that that's going to happen soon. I remember reading
I can't believe Joe Buck. How could Fox let him go?
I don't know. They let both of them go.
Who's the one on Fox?
So it's going to be. I really do like him. Number 1 is Kevin Burkhardt. And then I think Greg Olson is going to be his partner for now. But remember, they already signed a deal with Brady.
Oh, yeah.
So Brady's going to eventually take over. I think Greg Olson does a great job, too. But, Greg Olson isn't A-team, right? You know what I mean?
He's got B-team stink to him.
Yeah.
He's got Thome. He's a Thome guy.
No, Thome was D-team, man.
He's got Thome, dude.
I do like Greg Olson. But, so Burkhardt and
I love Kevin
Olson for now. CBS is still Nance and Romo.
Yeah. I can't, the Buck Aikman thing's throwing me off. No Fox Buck?
No.
Dude, that messes up my world.
So let me see. Who is calling the World Series? It will be Joe Davis.
He's actually good.
I'd be lying to you if I said I knew who he is. What does he do?
You know him.
I probably do, but
you know his voice. If it's the guy I think it is.
Oh, he does the regular season Fox Sports games.
Okay. And he's good.
He's with John Smoltz. Yeah, he does a good job. But he's not Joe Buck. And there's people that don't like Joe Buck. And here's another thing. So we talk about all the iconic calls from Vince Scully, iconic moments. Buck is a part of all those now, since 2000. Football.
He's the best.
You think of some of the biggest football moments? It's Joe Buck.
Joe Buck is a top. He's Vern.
Yeah.
And Brent. Like the legends. Like, we didn't even get into those guys, dude.
You're right, we haven't.
Dude, who's the guy? You know what I love? You know what? It gets no love whatsoever. And he's got a generic, because I messed up. Joe Davis, I'm thinking, is Brian Anderson.
Oh, yeah, he does a great job.
I'm a big Brian Anderson fan. He does the tournament.
Yeah, he does a great job. A little TBS action on baseball.
He does a great job on baseball.
So when our man
they
Vince,
should take him and do it, because he's a great baseball guy.
he's
Brian
a great
Anderson.
baseball game. When Vince from South Philly called in asking to get the Vince Scully J-roll walk-off, I can't find it anywhere. But the Brian Anderson one does come up against Broxton.
You got it?
I don't have it right now.
Get it.
Okay.
Well, for tomorrow.
Sure.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
I hear you.
I'm geeking out.
You're already geeked out for tomorrow's show.
Oh, tomorrow.
I got something for you.
Wait, tomorrow's going to be great. If you like today, like talking today's whole baseball, tomorrow's a football day, and tomorrow's going to be a fun day. I promise you guys. You make sure you're listening tomorrow, man. We're going to geek out. Oh, defense. I'll tease you with some defense.
Thank God I'm in another room.
I want to come attack you. Uncle Frank! Go, Uncle Frank!
You mother fathers, man. Can you eke out any more?
I know, we're out of control today.
I can't get to my salutation. Happy hump day. And young Anthony's got to work on his footwork like that. You know, Kelsey's, he's amazing. His footwork is so soft and nimble. He's got he's a football player with ballet slippers. Yeah.
You know what's funny? We just were talking last night after practice. He was with Coach Klecko and Coach Pete, and they were going over, his footwork, right? Like, because, if we're going to go evens, he's got to go right. He's got to go right.
Yes.
First step, got to be right.
Yes.
We're odds. Yes. You got to go left. You got to make sure you engage right away.
Oh, man, that first step, that's crucial.
Yep.
How about Michael Jack's 500? I had the privilege to watch that live.
Oh, my God. That's an awesome one. Yeah.
And I had, I sent you that note. I had the privilege. Andrew, my wife and I were married. I forget the anniversary. But we were in Philly in a bar and restaurant, saw Kirk Gibson's home run live. And I could picture him rounding the bases, hobbled, and pumping his fist. Yeah. God. Never. And I saw Hank Aaron pass Ruth live. Unbelievable.
You saw Aaron pass Ruth live?
Yeah. Al Downing.
Wow.
Al Downing gave him a fastball right down the center of the plate.
Holy moly.
So I got to get to some of now. Andrew, you there?
Hi, Uncle Frank.
Hey, real quick, Uncle Frank. No, go ahead. I don't want to take your...
No. Andrew, if I relax like young Johnny with the wolf and you realize we're not rivals, can you not zap me?
Of course, Uncle Frank. I won't do that to you.
Andrew, I was trying to be relaxed, you
Oh, Uncle Frank. Uncle Frank, where'd you go? Uncle Frank. Oh, that's classic.
Love you as always, Uncle Frank.
Oh, look at this. It's football season. Oh, that's right. He better be on his squad. I don't want to hear anything other than his squad. Right?
Who?
Ranger Dave?
Captain Broncos?
Yeah. Who was he? A Bronco fan again? Wait, he went from the Broncos to
he's
Rangers.
Definitely the Bucks and Rams. Might as well call him Captain Sean McVay at this point.
You know I love hockey, Anthony. You know I love hockey. Who's the other one he likes? He likes who's his college team?
Oh, it was Alabama.
That's right, Alabama.
He was always Roll Tide.
Yeah. Here he is. The front runner of all front runners, the one, the only, Cowboy Dave. Cowboy Dave.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Cowboy Dave is no more.
I wasn't ready for it.
He wasn't ready.
He got attacked before he came on.
Oh, that's fantastic. Andy, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Go in.
Gentlemen. Ant, you, on a side note, that 08 Brewer series, I don't know why you were nervous because the Phillies kicked the snot out of the Brewers and swept them 4 games in Milwaukee in the beginning of September that year. We had their number.
Yeah, you know what it was? Remember, that year, the drought was 100 seasons from a title. Remember that?
Yes.
And remember, I just remember feeling panic. Dude, when it was game 5 and the rains came against Tampa.
Yes, sir.
And I swear to God, I was like, oh my God, I was panicked. I'm going, this is going to happen. They're going to come back. They're going to lose. Then they're going to have to go to Tampa. And I was freaked out like that, brother.
I felt the opposite. It was the most that second game or second half of the game had the excitement of a football playoff. It was
unbelievable. I just remember being nervous as all get out.
Oh yeah. But I'll tell you what, that Victorino Slam, I was there as well. And if Citizens Bank Park was going to fall apart due to the fans going bananas, it would have been that moment right there.
Yeah, brother, you're right.
It was a feeding frenzy of sharks. CC Sabathia, we had his number and we were in his head. We knew it. The whole stadium knew it. It was very Philadelphia.
It was the best, man. You're right on, brother. It was great.
So a couple things real quick. What's ruined baseball, in my opinion, and why we don't talk about it, is instant replay has gotten rid of all the arguments and injections of managers and players. So the theater, the theatrics, the antagonist that the umpiring crew is gone.
You know what? That's very interesting. Andy, that's really interesting. I have not thought about that. You know what? There is definitely, you're right. There's definitely a lack of theatrics. There is and you're right, the umpire, the crew, I mean, they were all characters, and they were like wrestling bad guys, the umpires.
You knew what was happening when Uncle Chal went out.
Yeah.
In the first inning, second inning, he was getting thrown out just to charge his team up. But the instant replays ruined the perfect imperfection of baseball, in my opinion.
Beautifully said, dude. Beautifully said. The perfect imperfection, which is true. Like, everything down from, it's just, wow, that's fascinating. Like, fair or foul home run calls or foul ball calls down the line.
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
The judgment calls. It's sitting around judgment calls. I want to be able to blame somebody and have another enemy aside from the Mets. I want to sit there and say CB Buckner's coming or Joe West is coming. And
dude, I got to tell you, it's a great call by you. Excellent.
One more second, Ant, about baseball cards.
Yeah.
Got to thank my third grade teacher in 1989. She taught us averaging by bringing in a box of baseball cards and handing out the packs. Now, what I will say that was very interesting was that was 1989. She bought a box of Fleer baseball cards. Do you know what that was?
89 was with Fleer. That was the beginning, right? Wasn't that the?
Well, that was the Billy Ripken writing on the bottom of the baseball bat.
Yes.
And one of the kids in my class pulled the card.
What?
Bananas. Yeah.
Oh my God! You got to be kidding me! Yeah, what was that card? The mistake card. What was that worth?
F face.
Oh my God! That's unbelievable! It's awesome.
So she taught us how to calculate batting.
Oh my God! What a story! That's fabulous. What a story! Oh God, I love it, man. Andy, great stuff, buddy. Great stuff, dude. Listen. I never really thought of it like that, but it is interesting. The umpires did create, like, they were always the enemy. And they were like wrestling bad guys.
Yeah.
Cowboy Joe West.
I don't care. I don't care about Joe West. I hate Angel Hernandez.
Well, that's part, but his point is it lost a little something.
I don't know.
I never thought of it that way.
I mean nothing with these umpires that make it about themselves. And Joe West made it about himself. I hated it.
Of course. But I honestly, I never looked at it that way ever. And it is true. You do want to. They wore the black hats for a reason. You hated the umpire. Nicky, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Nick.
Gentlemen, the perfect imperfection. Wow, that was
strong, wasn't it?
That's F. Scott stuff, man. That was good.
Yes.
That was good. So first of all, violation on Tunis. You can't be on Cannibal Campbell now. All of a sudden, you want to go
Cannibal Campbell.
No, I want to watch Hard Knocks just to hate watch at this point.
You were ripping him for.
Yeah, no, he wants to hate watch him. He wants to hate watch.
Yeah, I'm not saying go Campbell go.
I'm going to root Lions.
I'd rather have Campbell soup
unless they play the Eagles.
That's week one.
I know. After they play the Eagles, I want to see the Lions do well. Just to see you get mad at the cat.
Yeah.
Like Nicky said, Cannibal Campbell.
Yeah, I want Nicky Paisan to do well, but I want anybody's talking flowers. I want Tunis's flower guys to go down in flames. No, but look, it's the Phils. Last time I checked their lose, they were 0-0. But the Phils they need to get them. How are we doing bullpens? First game of the series in Atlanta.
I know. That's why you need to go. That's why you had to get Syndergaard.
They just came out of All-Star break 17 minutes ago. They couldn't line this up right.
No. Listen. I got to say this though. I hear you. I look at it. And last night was an ugly mess. But I like what they did.
And that's why I called. And that's exactly why I called, because we remember one bloody nil. And when you get to the postseason, it's about the pesky little base runner stealing a base, a wild pitch, guy advances. So you need a little more speed, a little more defense in the outfield, which we do have. And, hopefully another pitcher, whoever, you just need a gem from a third starter. Like, the run, the 07 Phillies run with one World Series is just, I'm still vomiting thinking about it.
I know.
So because he came across the pesky pitcher that you couldn't hit or a wild pitch. And so this is important. This is the difference between maybe winning 2 rounds and not winning a round.
Yeah, I agree. And look, here's the thing. You're better at the end of games, right? Like you're better.
Oh my, you're
like center field. First of all,
3 innings deep.
Yeah, you have the bullpen pitching better in the games, and your defense is better because Morris is a good defender. He can play the field. He's fast. I just hope the kid can learn. The kid comes to his own to play.
Can hit a little bit. Yeah, so everything, like all the moves they made yesterday were about postseason, which is good. And I understand they're minor moves. I get that, but it's what those freaking pesky San Francisco series were horrible. These freaking dudes coming up hitting the ball, and you go, how are these pencil bats getting these hits?
Cody Ross.
My God, Cody.
Cody Ross.
I will never name a child Cody.
Ross.
It should be banned in Philadelphia. No more Cody.
I know. Nicky, brother, great stuff, my man. Cody Ross. And I told you the story I had David Segui, who was a buddy of mine. Speaking of juice.
Wow. It's a bust-out name, though.
Right? So he was a juice guy. In fact, I knew, but had I not known, when I went there, I was covering a Chiefs game, right? And I was staying at his house.
Okay.
Because he lived in Kansas City. So I'm staying at his house. I was covering the Chiefs game. And he goes, yo, let's go work out. I go, all right. And I was lifting back then. He's benching 450. And I go,
can you take a few of those off for me?
Yeah, I mean, Like, I thought I was like, all right, right? Nah. Like, my man, I was like.
He's doing reps.
Dude.
He's not maxing out.
He's throwing up. He's throwing this up. I'm going, what the frick? Like, he was strong. He was a monster. Like, he hit the ball a mile, but he was like, frickin', I was like, he had a whole barn. And his barn, it's a huge barn, right? Hit a huge sprawling property. I was the first time I actually went hunting.
Oh, okay.
It was on his property. And I shot a Coke can. You know what I mean? Whatever. So, but his barn had a pitching machine.
Oh, nice.
And it was awesome, like a cage. So I was like, dude, can I hit? And he went, yeah. Go. It was like you could hit all day. It was the greatest.
That's awesome.
And then he had a gym. He had every kind of machine.
That's like Lane Johnson. Lane Johnson has his barn.
Yeah.
Where all the guys go work out at.
Yeah, it's great. That's great. Tasty cake, Dom. Tasty cake.
Hey, Andrew.
What's up, Tasty cake?
Well, first of all, and I thank you for the favor you did. We had so much fun talking about this subject today. I really appreciate it. But I do need a ruling on something because I'm a little tough on these guys, and I'll make this quick. I think even though if you're under the age of 30, I think there are certain names in sports that you have a response. You got to know who Muhammad Ali is, right, Ant?
Yes.
You got to know who Babe Ruth is.
Yes.
I think you got to know who Howard Cosell is, I think.
I think you're right. You're right. You know what? You sent me a note, and at some point, we got to talk about him because he was a bigger-than-life character as the ultimate, probably the GOAT announcer.
And you know how much I love Tommy, right? I respect him, and I think he's a sharp kid and everything. But I asked him, and he said, oh, yeah, that was the guy that did football with Maddie.
He was the guy that did what?
He thought Howard Cosell was Pat Summerall.
Oh, really?
Howard Cosell did football with Madden, is what he said.
Well, he didn't. I mean, Monday Night Football.
But
Should he? That's interesting. Is that a violation? I kind of would agree. Tunis, you know who Howard Cosell is, right?
Yeah, and of course,
somewhere along the line. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Yeah. It's one of the most iconic calls in the history of sports.
Yeah, you know what? You give me an idea of something. You know what? It's interesting. You're right. You should know. People should know who he is. And actually, I always talk about Musburger and all these guys because I grew up with those guys. But you're right. That guy, he was a legend, 70s into 80s.
First guy that did Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
Did every big fight ever in history.
Yeah.
And when Reggie Jackson hit that third home run against the Dodgers as he's circling the bases, he's the guy that said, there he goes.
I like it. All right, then we're out of time. You got to stay tuned because Tyrone, Ricky Bo, Hunter, and Jen coming up next. Thanks for hanging, everybody, and indulging us. We love you. We'll see you tomorrow.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Some deadline moves. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by Spring Garden Lending. Real estate developer Spring Garden Lending specializes in bridge and permanent loans to acquire, rehab, construct, and refinance investment properties. Spring Garden Lending, faster than a bank, less expensive than hard money lenders. The Phillies needed to improve their team to help better their chance of making the playoffs, and they did that before the deadline yesterday.